June 3rd, 2025. We are coming live this morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Yay. Last night was a late night, buddy.
Oh, yeah? What'd you do? Out
Good.
partying?
It was like 9 episodes of Jeopardy on last night. It was the Tournament of Champions or the Gods of Thunder or something. It's like the ultimate champions.
Okay.
And they were fighting it out last night, but they had like 2 hours in a row on. I was up until 10 o'clock watching Jeopardy, and I couldn't go to sleep. And I realized that I often ask this question when I cross the street to meet Metallica. If you said to me Metallica was at the Hard Rock at 3 o'clock today, if you want to go meet them, would I drive all the way to the Hard Rock?
Okay.
Probably, because it's Metallica, but then again, it depends on what else I had to do that day. You know, if you told me that Rogesh Rout and Javaria and what's his name, Matamodio would be that, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go meet them. Those are all the Jeopardy grand champions. Yeah, I mean, like I would geek out for them. Isn't that dumb?
Yeah,
but that's my life now. That's what I care about.
Jeopardy just seems so boring to watch for me.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy.
I know a
playing
ton of
along
people
with
like
it.
you just like don't miss it no matter what.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I pretty much. I mean, I tape it, so if we get home late, I'll watch it before I go to bed.
That's wild.
I don't think there's anything on TV that I know what time it's on and tune in to watch it.
No,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, outside of sports, there's nothing I watch
Right, exactly.
when it airs.
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably true. I don't know any sitcoms that are on TV.
Sometimes I'll throw like WWE, like Raw, on sometimes on Monday nights.
Yeah, I don't even do that. Like sometimes that's background when I fall asleep, but that's
Basically.
I go, let me see what's happening, and I'll just fall asleep while it's on.
I did watch a new series that was decent. It could have been, I don't know how many episodes it has, whatever, but they could have knocked like probably 3 episodes out of it and stuff. Was the Better Sister?
Oh yeah, I saw the advertisement.
Jessica Biel and Elizabeth Banks. It was pretty good.
Okay, that's
pretty
good
good.
to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I think that I found the most full episode of Seinfeld ever last night.
The most full episode. Like,
It's like 5 episodes in one.
Everybody's got something going on.
Jerry and Milos, the tennis player.
Yeah, that's a great one.
It's great on its own.
Look at him. He's like a little baby.
Jerry and Milos convinces Jerry to buy a racket, a tennis racket, says it's the only one he'll play with. Then it turns out Milos stinks at tennis, and Milos doesn't want to be embarrassed. Jerry's hitting on his girl. Milos is like, I'll hook you up with the girl. Turns out that girl was Milos' wife, and Milos was trying to save face. That's all going on in one episode. While at the same time, there's 4 other things going on. I can't remember what they are now, but Elaine with the video guy, Vincent.
Yeah.
That's happening where she falls for the guy because she likes his movie picks at the Blockbuster. And then it turns out he's like 15 years
He's a teenager, yeah.
old. She's like, what do you got in here? Vodka and fireworks. Kramer has something. George, it's the shrimp story where the jerk store called.
Yep.
And then Kramer's got something going on too. I can't remember, but each one's got something smashing. Like for each one's like a whole episode.
Yeah. They would always do there was at least 2 things going on at once. But yeah, there's sometimes where everybody's got something going on. I got to tell you, one of my favorites is whenever George is taking the IQ test and he has Elaine take it for him and she takes it to the diner and spills stuff on it. And he tells his girlfriend that he went out the window and all that. I mean, it's fantastic.
Oh, it's Kramer rents the movie about the lady in the coma and decides he wants to die if he gets put on the machines.
Oh, yeah. Do not resuscitate.
Do not resuscitate. That's all going on in one episode.
I tried to get into Seinfeld. I couldn't do it.
Oh, you're crazy.
I mean, I started watching a couple episodes, and I don't know. I think you had to really fall in love with it when it was airing to appreciate
but
it.
I didn't. I was a late comer to it because when it was on when I was in high school. So I'd watched some of it here and there, and I went, oh, yeah, I know the characters, but I didn't really appreciate it until I watched it the 3rd time.
I loved it from the get-go. Like, I watched it from back when it was Seinfeld Chronicles. I saw Jerry when I was, like, 15 doing stand-up, 15 or 16, whatever. So I was into it. And then now you can just put it on at any time, and it still makes me laugh, and you can watch it and watch each character do something different. It's hilarious.
I love Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I don't know. Seinfeld just doesn't do it for me.
It's funny, when I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, I actually thought it was a better show. Like I was like, this is way better. This is way funnier. This this is what Seinfeld was like supposed to be, and this is the real version of it. But I don't know.
But it's different though,
It's
because
so much
Seinfeld's scripted. Seinfeld is a sitcom, and that's the way it is and stuff. Where Curb is all improv. You know, they basically say we're going to start here, we want to get here, and this is figure it out.
Larry David's is great. He's just very funny. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the program. It is Tuesday. Carmen, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good morning.
Oh no, what's going on?
Nothing. I'm a little tired.
Were you up watching Jeopardy last night?
No, not at all. No, we just I got to bed a little later than normal because we were doing our sheets, like washing them.
Yeah.
But we also did the comforter. And that takes forever to dry. Like, you have to do one cycle, take it out, fluff it up,
Yeah, because if it gets twisted, you're like, no, it's just got a big wet crease in it.
In the middle. So, basically, that did not get done until, like, 10:30.
That's very weird. We did the same thing last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Anna could not go to bed because it was actually Joey's comforter that she was up all night drying for the 4th time.
Yeah. So usually I do that. I do my sheets once a week, and I always do it on Sunday. I don't always do the comforter. That's like a once a month kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I do the sheets every week, and we have 2 sets. That way, if I do it and I don't feel like changing it, it's in the dryer, and I'll change them the next day. Chad did it, and he took the sheets off the bed and washed those. So we had no choice but to stay up and do it.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't the end of the world, but that comforter not being dry. And for whatever reason, our room is so freaking cold. Like, I don't know what it is. It's the coldest room in the house.
Is it on the back of the house, like the sun's not hitting it directly?
It is on the back and on the top floor,
Yeah.
but it just started happening like this week. Like, it's been a noticeable change. Like, I don't even need to put the air down.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, at 74, like, I don't even have to put it down to go to bed, which usually I put it down to like 70,
I want to call the kid from Superheat Air at night and ask him if he can come over so I can kiss him on his head.
Wait.
It's so
Have him
cold in my
tuck
house.
you in.
Oh, it's so wonderful.
My wife is the queen of washing the sheets and comforter and all that stuff and not telling me and then not putting it back on.
You have to go to bed?
Yeah.
And
I go to bed and it's just a bare bed and I go, come on. She goes, oh, it's in the dryer. And I go, I got to do it.
Go get it.
I'm
You
ready for
started
bed.
it. Yeah.
Like, that's not part of my going to bed routine.
Do you know I'm not very like typical chauvinist to where I'm like it's my wife's job to cook and to clean and to do all the dishes. And my wife works full time, and I feel like I contribute a lot. I feel like we both contribute a lot. Certainly, she contributes more to the house, but there are like 2 things that I will never do. I never do the dishes. And I never do the laundry. If she asked me, like she went a couple times, she's like, "Hey, can you do those dishes for me?" That's fine. I'll clear it out. Especially she's grossed out by if a dish has food on it. You know what I mean? Not like a plate, but like sometimes I'll make fish, and the fish will bake onto the pan.
Oh yeah.
And she has a hard time scraping that off. It grosses her out. So a couple of times she'd be like, "Can you do those dishes?" That's fine, but it's very very rare. I can do laundry, but I never do laundry.
I do my own laundry. And I enjoy doing my own laundry.
I mean, I think that's good. Occasionally, if I need something done right away and nobody's home, I could do my own laundry.
But also because I know exactly where everything is, I have it, and I know that I washed that, and that's there.
Peach to live with.
No,
that's great. I'm saying she must love that.
Oh yeah, I don't like doing the dishes. I will, and that's like a real look how sweet I am type of thing.
Yeah. Then what do? You started out saying that I help out a lot. And then
I don't do anything.
I don't do the dishes.
I cook dinner a lot.
Cook dinner.
You cook dinner for everyone, and everyone eats what you cook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
I can't do that. My wife will eat like 2 things.
Cook dinner.
I cook dinner. I'll like straighten up. Like I'll see stuff and I'll straighten up stuff. I contribute like to the way my wife because we have the cleaning ladies come, so they do most of the cleaning.
So they're the ones that do a lot.
They
Not
do
you.
it all.
They pay for them.
I'm saying I'm on par. I mean, I shouldn't say I'm on par. My wife does way more than I do, but I'm not.
Joe
like,
does the trash.
Yep.
I'm just let's not get crazy. I don't know why we got to dive deep into
So are
this.
you just saying you tinker with things around the house occasionally?
If he sees a magazine askew,
I'll straighten it out with no problem.
No, that's
It sounds like you do a lot.
so nice of you.
I have had that argument with my wife about the garbage, and I said I am a man that gets things done. I don't necessarily do them, but I get things done.
Right.
If
So you delegate a lot of duties, is what you're saying.
yeah, like she takes all the garbage out of the cans and replaces the bags, and then sometimes I'll bring the garbage to the door where Joe then gets rid of the garbage. But sometimes I'll wake up the next day and there'll just be a pile of garbage out there. She does it all. And then I'm out as the middleman.
I'm just
out.
pointing out you started by saying I do a lot,
Yeah,
and then listed all the things you don't do.
You replaced the water heater the other day.
I mean, I hired a guy to replace the water heater, but
Watch
it got
him.
done. It got done.
I do a lot except trash, dishes, laundry, cleaning.
I don't do the.
I occasionally make dinner.
Yeah, maybe that's how I should have started. I occasionally make dinner in this house, but I never do
And
laundry.
tinker with little things.
Tinker a little bit. Yeah.
You make fish stick to a pan.
Yeah.
Gross your wife out.
I have cleaned the toilets before. Like if I mess up a
Now,
toilet,
when
I'll
you
clean
say
it.
cleaning, do you mean just urinating on a spot?
No,
Or-
I'm so good at that, Galvin.
I
so
tinker.
good at that.
Joe, can you go clear a path in the garage for all the stuff?
Listen, Joe helped me out in an emergency. Thank you, Joe.
Let me ask you this.
Don't
So,
let these guys bring us down.
since you don't do laundry, do you know the difference between like?
How did this turn around on me?
Yeah.
Do you know the difference between like a regular wash and a quick wash? You know, there's a setting for that.
Yes, there's a full load and a quick wash.
Yeah. So I do the quick wash. And I have in my house the laundry, the pods, and the actual liquid detergent because my wife likes to pour the liquid detergent like she's in the champagne room with a bunch of strippers and she's just pouring champagne on them. It's crazy how the amount that she uses. I go, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you think you're doing, what you think. And I do the quick wash and she gets mad at me. And I go, why are you mad at me? She goes, do the regular full wash. And I go, I'm not out there tackling people and rolling in the dirt. And stuff. I'm wearing a t-shirt for 4 hours and then putting it, in the laundry basket and stuff. But she loses her mind. I go, have I ever not smelled clean? Do I ever have stains on my shirt? Anything. I wear it for 4 hours. I wear it here. I take it off when I go home. And I put it in the laundry basket. That's a quick wash.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't. I usually change after the show as well. And
Really?
if I have to go out of the house because I'm basically wearing pajama type clothes. Not that I don't go out like this, but I'll probably throw on a t-shirt with sleeves before I leave the house today. But
you got to class it up.
I am immediately shirtless when I get home.
Wait.
Immediately shirtless. I don't know why that's funny. As soon as I get home, I could just go, I'm going to pop this off and just take my shirt off.
My kids don't want to see that.
Oh, well, tell your kids not to come to my house. How do you like that? I don't think I ever invited them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, I'm with you. I don't do laundry. I don't do none of that stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
my kids do it all. They're like little slaves.
That's good. My kids do nothing.
My kids, they clean the kitchen. My son throws the garbage, and they all do their own laundry.
I never thought I'd be the father who said this, but I was like, Juliana. And she said, what? I go, come in here. And she comes in here. And I go, why are your shoes in the kitchen? Like, I'm so sick of seeing her shoes everywhere in this house.
That my daughter leaves her shoes everywhere, and I take them, I throw them out in the backyard.
Yeah.
All right. That's the
I
right
should
thing
tell
to
him and
do.
throw them in the pool.
My mom used to gather all of our shoes and put them in the middle of the family room. She's like,
I
get
do
all
that
these
sometimes.
shoes, get them out of here.
Yeah.
And it would be, 4 boys. You had at least 20 pairs of shoes in there. It was crazy how many shoes. And we're like, all right, relax. Like,
So my wife has a nice walk-in closet in the bedroom in our master bedroom. And it was built out before we got here, like slots where you put shoes, like little shoe things or whatever. So the cleaning ladies, whenever they find a pair of shoes in the house, they put them in there.
oh, yeah, regardless.
I never go in there,
Yeah.
so I don't know. The other day I walked out and there was a pile of shoes in front of my wife's closet. Most of them men's shoes. And I looked at it and I go, what is this? Your boyfriend's coming by? And she looked at me and she goes, they're yours, idiot. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, these shoes are all yours. The cleaning ladies keep putting them in the closet. I never knew. I may have worn them once, took them off, left them out somewhere in the cleaning. I feel like I got 10 brand new pairs of sneakers yesterday.
Still in the box.
Yeah. I have a whole new slew of shoes that I didn't even know existed. They're all white. They're all brand new. I was like, oh, that's a good way to store them, I guess. Carmen, I got something yesterday that I saw that is right up our alley.
What?
And when I say us, I mean me making money off of you online doing sex stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay. More armpit pictures.
Can you please go to this website? I don't know if you're going to be able to find it.
I don't think I'll be able to get to it.
Oh, you're probably blocked there at
That's
the station.
what I'm saying. But I'll look. Let me try.
Turn your Wi-Fi off on your phone and look it up on your phone.
Okay.
This is a good one, Carmen. This is what you do.
What you got?
Bathe, B-A-T-H-E, bathe in my, so we should have BATHEINMY milk.com.
It came right up on my
Batheinmymilk.com.
Yeah.
Of course it did, Gio.
I've
He's
never been
already
here, but it came right up.
Oh,
He already
that's
has a
so weird.
subscription.
So my buddy Kevin posted this, and I thought it was a broad from up there that was doing it.
I don't know what it is. A woman says
It's all dudes.
that you can,
Yeah, she'll watch you.
she'll watch you bathe in her milk. I don't know. Carmen, if this is a thing, you can do anything you want.
Listen, there are a lot of perverts out there. You can make money like demeaning guys. I saw a girl talk about how this guy wanted her to do a bathroom scenario,
Right.
Yeah.
and he sent her money and also sent her an Uber Eats delivery of the meal he wanted her to eat.
I'm not eating that.
This looks
I'm not eating it, but I mean,
It was a meal it was Indian one, and it was a meal for a family. And she videotapes herself, and she eats the whole thing, and then she goes through the process.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Yeah.
he wanted the specific meal for the specific outcome.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say this looks like super creepy. It's fake.
Oh, I figured it was.
Yeah,
Right.
It's because I clicked on the link to email and it goes to some comedian's Patreon.
Yeah, I know.
account.
I figured it was fake, but still, it
We
shows
should make
you.
it real.
Carmen, you could do anything. You can do it. If you got up there and said batheinmymilk.com and you make the milk or do something like that, or you make batheinmyownsoap.com, people would come take baths in your soap.
Did you see the video I posted yesterday? It happened to come up because we were talking about Carmen doing stuff, whatever, and it was some girl, and she's like, "You guys know, I told you I have an OnlyFans. Did you know that guys will send you pictures of their stuff and they want me to rate it?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "I told one guy his thing looked like something from SpongeBob, some character or whatever." And she goes, and he said, "Thank you." And he paid me. And she goes, then another guy wanted me a picture of me licking my armpit. She goes, I was like, "Ugh."
yeah.
And, and she goes, and then another guy wanted some of my hair. And she goes, "I don't think so, sir. Are you a warlock? Are you trying to do stuff?"
Clone me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Guys are just, it's guys.
Disgusting.
They pay to get rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
So you send her and she's like, "Ooh, that's gross. I give it a 3." Or she's like, "Oh, nice. I give it a 9." You know what I mean? Like,
What is the best result out of that? I mean, I don't. I feel like if I show it to a woman and she goes, "Oh, that's pretty good," I give it a 6. I go, "That's about what I expected."
yeah, but also weirdos like to be degraded. And,
I know.
you
I would if she would have been like, "Oh, 2," I go, "Oh."
I mean, there's guys that go to, what are the mistresses? What are they called? The
Dominatrix.
Yeah, Dominatrix. And they're like, "Look at you, you pathetic worm," and, all that stuff.
I don't
and they
like
like
that.
it.
I don't like that at
Yeah.
all. I like to be praised.
By the way, hottest Dominatrix ever is Lucy Liu from Payback with Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
and that one guy,
yeah,
and she's
yeah.
punching him in the belly and doing all kind of stuff.
She is very attractive.
So hot.
She was on the show. I don't know if it was
Yeah.
on this show.
Yeah.
She was pretty good. I
Yeah.
remember telling her, I thought you'd be bitchy.
She seems really cool.
Yeah,
She seems
and
like she'd
I
be
didn't-
really fun.
I said the opposite. I thought you'd be. I remember her, Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci was the first one I think I ever said to her. I go, "I can't believe I just thought you'd be so bitchy," and she was like, "Why?" I go, "I don't know. You got that kind of face, but you weren't. You were
I
great."
think one of the most fun, and we didn't really know what to expect, whatever, was the chick that was on Orange is the New Black and
Laura
70
Prepon.
Show. Yeah, Laura Prepon.
Yeah.
She was doing all kind of fun stuff.
Yeah,
and-
she had girls in the house.
Yeah.
and, that was. We were by the end of that conversation, we didn't know what just happened.
Yeah.
Like, she just come out
Was she the blonde or the one with the
redhead.
Redhead.
Oh, redhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was fun. And then I think that she was banging Dana White because
Oh.
I said something to her and she kind of laughed it off. And then I said something to Dana White when we had him on, and he was like, and I didn't know he was married.
Yeah.
He just kind
That sounds good. Shut up.
That show was good, and then it kind of fell off and got weird.
Yeah, I mean, those shows have a limited run. How many episodes of the 70s can you watch?
That's true.
Are you talking about that or the Orange is the New
Orange
Black?
is the New Black.
Oh,
Orange is
that
the-
was good too.
Like
And
the
that's-
first season was good, and then it just got weird, and I'm like, I'm out.
It's hard though because they have like maybe a couple seasons and then it becomes this huge hit, and then they bring in more writers because they're like, we need more ideas and stuff, and then it may not necessarily go along with what they the original idea was and stuff. Yeah.
Do you know I got into a wormhole? How many podcasts there are of people? There was one that was all black dudes, which was really blowing my mind. It was all black dudes, and they weren't nerds. They were all like regular, like cool black guys talking about the new Superman movie.
Oh yeah,
it's everybody's worried about it, whether it's going to be good or not. Most nerds are saying it's the Superman they've waited for, that they wanted, like comic book Superman. And then the rest of them are like, I don't know. It's this corn sweat guy, the guy who plays Superman, that's going to be the deciding factor.
I don't like him.
I feel like I don't like him either, but everybody that's seen the movie says he's great.
Yeah.
And they say it's just like the comic book has been, which you haven't gotten in years.
Can I tell you his problem? Not handsome enough for me.
I have to tell you, I saw him doing interviews, very handsome, with a beard. Not a handsome,
but
too little boyish.
Superman can't have a beard unless he
like he plays for
goes
Yankees.
to
Can't have facial
Alaska.
hair. Yeah.
Does he?
You're right.
Does he have an English accent? Is he an English guy?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
What is his name?
David Corn Sweat.
Oh, come on. That can't be right.
You can't be Superman.
Horn Sweat.
Hornswoggle.
American actor.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good.
Looks a lot better in this picture here. In the movie, I don't.
They make him look like a baby.
Also, I don't know. He looks weird. Like and you know what? He has a little bit of a beard here. Well, this picture, he looks better. I don't know. For some reason, like the past few Supermans have been very handsome, and then this guy, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, they went little boy route.
By the way, I rate your Superman. If you want to send me a picture of your Superman.
I think he's better than Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh they were trying to redo Christopher Reeve. And they didn't really have a story there, and it was not that great.
But just on looks, I think he looks better than Brandon Routh.
Says this guy is 6'4".
Yeah, which he looks little, but he's not.
He does, he looks little. Because what's his name? The other guy, the last one,
Henry Cavill,
big, and he's not though. Henry Cavill's
he's 6 foot.
Is he?
Yeah.
When I first saw like the pictures of Henry Cavill as Superman, I was like, I don't like it. But then he ended up being great. So,
he was great.
Yeah,
he was great. In our generation, we've had like 9 Superman.
I think he might be my Superman now.
That's what I think. Christopher Reeves was good, but I don't know.
It's just too old now.
There was no technology.
I tried to go back and watch some of those. They don't hold up at all.
No, I don't feel like he did enough Superman stuff. The best Superman was Superman 3 when he was bad Superman.
Yeah,
and he started flicking peanuts.
Yeah, and breaking bottles. I don't like how over the top nerdy Christopher Reeve is as Clark Kent.
Yeah,
it's like too much. The pushing up the glasses.
Yeah.
Well, they say in this one that that they went out of their way to make a different character, like the difference between Clark and Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just like Henry Cavill was just Superman. Like there was nothing different about him except for the glasses.
Yeah.
But they say this guy, I don't know if he's nerdy, but they're definitely a lot different from each other. So I don't know. I'll be the first one to go see it, even though I've been complaining about it for the last 6 months.
Yeah, I'll go see it for sure.
We got a little outing. We going to the movie after the show in July 11th. What is today's date? Oh, we're just in the second day of June. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, it's going to be a minute.
All right. 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. We got a lot of things going on in this radio station. I watched the Brett Favre documentary. Did you watch that?
I did.
He is a bad dude.
He is. Scumbag. Scumbag.
Scumbag is more like it. Bad. I don't know. Bad. I feel like scumbag. I feel like a kind of guy who has got all the money and all the fame, but it's probably pretty dumb. At the end of the day, he's still some hilljack from Mississippi.
Yeah.
He could throw a ball.
Right. And then you got a bunch of people telling him, you can do this, you can do that. And he listens to them. Okay. So when in the welfare scandal, when they go to him and they say, you could do this and it won't come back, he'll be like, no, they won't come back on me. All right, I'll do it there. He's getting advice from other people. That doesn't make him still at that point he should go, so I'm stealing this money is basically what's happening.
From the poorest people, yeah.
Right. But I don't know how many people are going to turn down $1 million that they think they can walk away with free and clear.
I got to think that if you have millions of dollars, maybe you go, you know what? I'm
already rich.
Yeah, and I've already done a lot in my life, and I've already got a lot for just being able to throw a ball. Maybe I don't take this other $1 million from the poorest people in the world.
At the expense of others.
Yeah.
The other thing is that I have nowhere near the close to Brett Favre money, And if you dangle $1 million in front of me and there's a chance of legal implications, I won't even mess around with it.
Because
It's
there's a possibility of you
Right.
losing all your other stuff that you earned legitimately.
Exactly. But anyway, I watched that, and I watched the situation with him and Jen Sturger, and Jen is going to join us on the show tomorrow, and we'll talk about the Brett Favre Netflix documentary. Her rise to stardom was unbelievable. I mean, it happened, boom, just like that, just like that. And then Brett Favre, he was wanting her to rate it. He sent her a picture.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted it.
And it didn't seem like it was going to be rated very well.
Did not. I can't wait.
They
to
did not
ask her.
pixelate a lot.
I don't. I believe her, by the way. I believe her story the way she tells it, because she could have gone so many other routes, and she didn't.
Yeah. She didn't even want it to come out.
Right.
No.
She was just going to keep it to herself.
No,
and
the guy from
leaked it.
Deadspin says he's a scumbag for leaking the story. I don't understand how. I guess maybe in the early stages of D-Pix, he wasn't worried about it coming back to bite him in the ass.
Yeah,
like
Because
you're
his
giving
face-
it to somebody.
Right, but his face isn't in it, so it's almost.
No, but it's very clear. It's a
Right.
Jets uniform. I mean, look, if my wife,
Yeah.
Same
my wife
watch.
reached through curtains and felt it and knew it was mine. I'm sure if she saw it, she'd know that it was mine.
Right, but I'm just saying this is like before D-Pix and people calling other people out were really a thing. I bet he thought because he was Brett Favre, it wouldn't come out.
But my opinion is, because he was Brett Favre, that's more of a reason for it to be hidden. Like that, it's more valuable that it's Brett Favre's than Mike Calta's.
Right, yeah, but again, he's just some.
I mean, the National Enquirer has been right. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like-
The National Enquirer has been around collecting bad pictures for a long time. Even if you didn't go online and you went to one of the TMZ was around then. I don't know. I'm going to talk to Jen, who did not cash in on it, by the way.
No.
Did not cash in more on her being hot at the FSU game than anything else.
Yeah.
Boy, was she gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still very pretty now, but she's had a lot of work done. But she was gorgeous, man. When they showed those pictures of her in the stands and going to the games, man, and you knew her then?
Yeah.
Holy.
That's right when I met her.
She was something else.
She was a bartender at one of the bars I had gigs at. So I already kind of knew her. And then she started doing like bikini contests and stuff right after the Monday Night Football thing happened.
Yeah,
she was doing appearances as like the cowgirl at bars.
Well, and she even said, like, in the thing, because I watched it, she even said, like, when she was on campus, people wouldn't realize that she was the cowgirl. She had to put on the hat, and people would be like, oh my God. Like, because she just looked like some average student,
Yeah, because I mean, up there's tons of hot chicks that you know what I mean. But yeah, she would stick out when she would do that.
Yeah, she was like, "Did you think I was going to show up to my class in a bikini top?"
Yeah.
The first time when I asked her, I'm like, "You want to like come on the radio and we could promote your gigs and stuff?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." And she showed up, same thing, t-shirt, jeans, hat on, and then she would come on and do like football picks and stuff.
Yeah, smoking hot.
Yeah.
All right, well, she'll join us on the show tomorrow. In the meantime, we have to take a break. When we come back, we got some stuff to give away. Carmen will tell you what that stuff is, and we'll play Sporkle next on 102.5 The Bone.
So a lot of Metallica. You got Metallica playing Friday and Sunday, and then Kirk Hammett going over to Hard Rock, and he's got a bunch of his guitars with him, and he's doing a bunch of stuff. And then Saturday, did you see who is over at Hard Rock on Saturday?
No.
Hardwired, the Metallica tribute band.
Oh.
That Metallica posted that they're going to be out there, which Hardwired has to be super excited about. But Hardwired is a Metallica tribute band that's really good. I've seen them before, and they're playing over at the Hard
So
Rock
why don't we
on
send
Saturday.
Medicine Man over there?
He wouldn't have any idea. The
Do they
singer
dress like Metallica
the
too?
singer looks like
Yeah.
him, looks like James. He wears like the vest and stuff, and he's got there. And it's the other guy's not as much, whatever. But
You go to a show like that where they sound good and they got the mannerisms down, and you have about 4 Bud Lights, and you're like, I am here. I am at the show. Yeah, you just squint your eyes a little bit, sit in the back of the room, and you're like, I am at a Metallica show.
So Jason Bonham, I always go see his Led Zeppelin evening whenever it comes through, and he's doing a physical graffiti. He's doing the full album because it's an anniversary for it and stuff. But his guitar player is the Asian Jimmy Page. Like, he looks exactly like Jimmy Page. They call him Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I mean,
really?
yeah, there's
Jimmy Page is the Asian Jimmy Page.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. As he gets older and this guy they're looking more and more. But he's got the mannerisms. He plays just like him
Jimmy
and stuff.
Pageant.
Yeah, but it's pretty good. Yeah, I love going to see that.
All right. Well, if you don't get tickets for that, we do have other things. Carmen, what are those things?
Yes, we have tickets for Dierks Bentley, Nikki Glazer, Avril Lavigne, Luke Bryan, and Cage the Elephant.
Oh, all right. Let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Oh, come on. You ruined the whole
Oh,
the show's over.
I did.
You ruined the show. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Pap, how you feeling today?
I'm good, Michael. How you doing?
Sneezed like 16 times.
I know, I did.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm a bit sneezy today.
Okay.
I don't
It's
know
all
what
right.
happened.
No big deal.
Gross.
Well, sorry.
Probably got something.
Gio, I got something coming up for you after the break.
Oh, come on, man.
No more Burger Guy pictures. I promise you that. I promise you that.
I'm like, great.
I mean, I have a whole library of
yeah.
Burger Guy pictures, but it's not that.
Sure.
It's not that. All right, Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. Warning.
Ah.
Spoilers. Okay. We're doing movie by the twist. I'm going to give you the twist. Can you tell me the movie?
Oh,
Okay.
please don't do Mission Impossible.
It is not. I
Mike's
promise.
already trying to ruin it.
Nope.
The latest movie on this list looks like it was from 2010.
You gotta
right.
give me a little credit. It's been like
Yes.
2 weeks and I haven't done that. I haven't said a word.
But when you and Galvin faked the
Yeah.
ending, like that put me on edge.
What are you
ever
waiting
since.
for to go see it?
Probably this weekend.
Okay.
I've had too much stuff going on.
All right.
Busy. He's busy. All right. Movies by the twist. Your first one. He died in the first
Sixth Sense.
scene. Yes. Galvin. She's the ghost. Those spirits that haunted
The others.
her house. Mike. They're all different facets of a crazed killer's personality.
Fight Club.
They're all different facets of a crazed killer's personality. 2003.
I don't know.
Identity. He never actually left the hotel room.
The Shining.
2007. He never actually left the hotel room. 1408. It was the hotel room number.
Never saw it.
Your next one. It's not really 1897. It's
The Village.
present day. Mike. The killer has been in the room the whole time,
Scream.
pretending to be dead.
Oh, damn it.
2004. The killer has been in the room the whole time, pretending to be dead.
Saw.
Yep.
Yeah.
No point. It really was just a game after all. 1997.
The Game? I didn't think it was going to be that easy.
Kelvin, I know. Your next one. He was his daughter's murderous imaginary friend. 2005. He was his daughter's murderous imaginary friend. 2005.
Mr. Brown?
Hide and seek.
Oh.
No points. He did write the story. The man who accused him of stealing it was an alternate personality of his. 2004.
The Notebook.
Window. The window.
Through the window.
Secret Window.
No.
That's what
that's
it
all.
is, yeah.
What are these movies? I haven't heard of any of
That
these.
was Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little girl is actually a 33-year-old insane asylum
orphan.
escapee. Yes, Mike Calta. He already found his wife's attacker. Now he's tricked himself into murdering again. 2001. He already found his wife's attacker. Now he's tricked himself into murdering again. Memento. He has a twin that shares his identity. 2006. He has a twin that shares his identity.
Nope.
2006. That is not the name.
Twin.
The Prestige.
Oh, yeah. That one I have seen.
That's so good.
That's a great movie.
She's a real killer. She's just using the investigation to frame her boss. 2007.
Nope.
She's the real killer. She's just using the investigation
Gone Girl?
to frame her boss. No. Perfect Stranger.
I love that show.
Belky.
And
Larry was the murderer the whole time.
Listen, Larry.
Pap, we are halfway there.
Gio and Galvin both have a single point on the board.
Nope. I have 2.
Galvin has 2 points on the board. I'm sorry.
I have 0.
No, you have 1.
No,
I
he
have
has
0.
That was my. I have 2.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right.
I mean, if you want to give me
Let's start
one.
again.
Maybe stop sneezing.
Gio has 0 points on
Thank
the board. Galvin has 2 points on the board, and Michael is your leader by 1.
I have
He's
4.
winning with 3.
No, you have 3.
All right, your next one. We're doing movies by the twist. Your next one. She's actually his daughter, and he was hypnotized into falling in love with her.
Ooh.
Hot.
2003. Ew.
Oh, sorry.
You have daughters.
Oh, yeah.
She's actually his daughter, and he was hypnotized into falling in love with her. 2003.
Who's doing the hypnotizing?
I don't know. Old Boy.
Oh, I heard that's really weird. And
Well, it sounds weird.
yeah.
This is just not my genre movie.
The old
There-
Twister.
Your next one. They're actually clones that were supposed to be harvested for their organs.
Matrix.
2005. They're actually clones that were supposed to be harvested for their organs.
I don't know.
The Island.
Really?
Gio's got a whole bunch of movies to watch now.
The next one. He's actually blind, and the Bible is written in Braille.
Oh, yeah.
Ezekiel. No. Damn it. What is it?
2010.
I have no idea.
He's actually blind, and the Bible is written in Braille. 2010. The Book of Eli.
That's Denzel Washington. I never saw it, but I remember
It's a good movie.
It's good. Chad made me watch it. She's a god too, and also his
Hitch.
soulmate.
Yeah.
2008.
She's a god too.
Yes.
Also.
I'm an idiot.
Oh,
She's a god too, and also his
What are
soulmate.
we going to give him an hour to answer?
Yeah.
okay.
Hancock.
Well,
You had the right
Oh,
actor.
I saw that in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Right actor, wrong movie. Your next one. The villain is his father.
Star Wars.
Star Wars: A New Hope.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Empire Strikes
Ah.
Back. Mike. She's not really 14, and she's not really his daughter. 2003.
Another hot one, Gio.
Oh,
She's not.
Matchstick Men. Yeah,
Galvin.
that's a great movie.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
It's all been an elaborate hoax to help him realize his own psychosis.
Fight Club.
Shutter
2000
Island.
Shutter Island.
Ah, I never saw it.
Galvin.
It's a good movie.
His mother is already dead.
Psycho.
Galvin.
Going on a run. Going on a run.
The whole city is an experiment by aliens to test the human soul. 1998.
Men in Black.
I was going to say that.
The whole city is an experiment by aliens to test the human soul.
The Dome.
I don't know.
Dark City. Your next one.
Oh, you want to live there, don't you?
Her son was taken by aliens to test the
Close
bond
Encounters.
between parents and child.
Close Encounters of the
2004.
Third Kind.
I know what it is now.
Her son was taken by aliens to test the bond between parent and child.
E.T.
I don't know.
That's that movie with Julianne Moore.
The Forgotten.
Yeah.
And Pat, we're on the last 3.
Oh.
Sorry.
Gio 0 points on the board. Michael has 4 points, and Galvin is leading by 1. He's winning with 5.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Yes,
I would like the one that I had back, please.
Nope.
All right, movies by twist. Last 3. Let's go. His boss is actually the devil. 1997.
The Advocate. Oh, can I finish it or no?
No. Devil's Advocate.
Yep. Damn it. Oh, what a
Mike.
Thank you,
what a
Galvin.
dope.
Thank you.
Damn it.
All right, last 2.
Come on.
They put their sleeping friend's mattress on the roof as a prank.
Hangover.
Galvin.
What is a twist?
You don't know where he's
They're
at the whole
looking
movie.
for
Yeah.
they're looking for him the whole time.
And he was in the hotel the whole time.
yeah.
So you're up by 1 now?
Yes. Galvin with 6, you with 5, Michael.
Thank you.
All
Fight
right.
Club.
You're out.
The suicides were caused by the trees.
The Happening.
Oh, that's good. I would have never come up with that. I would have never come up with that.
I've literally only seen like 3 of those movies.
I don't think I've seen many of them
Yeah.
either, but I just, from trailers and stuff.
The Happening is the Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Your trees are killing people.
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Galvin.
Thank you.
Your final score, Gio with 0 on the board, Michael with 5 points, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Kachaya! Woo, 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 woo! Trademark 29.
What line are you playing for there?
The twist? I'm not even here today.
Oh! Therefore, I pick line 2.
Okay.
Now, what line are you playing for?
I'll go line 4.
Line 4. Good morning. Who is this?
Hey, good morning. This is Nick.
Hi, Nick. You are the winner. I will put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and you'll have your choice of tickets, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Good job. Thank you. Hold on. He's on line 4, Carmen.
Got it.
Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up with news today, we have Sorry Short Kings,
No.
Cost of Cats, and Flip It Up and Reverse It.
You hurt Joe.
Yeah.
You definitely hurt Joe.
It's going to hurt.
All right, Galvin, as your news, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back and dive right into that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I do have something for you, though. It is a song that we've worked hard on. You asked for it. You wanted something.
Yeah.
And
I'm
I
sure
think
it's going to be very flattering.
it's an anthem.
He rolls into town with a cooler and a pea. He rolls into town with a cooler and a plant, FSU cap and a spatula in hand. His shirt's untucked, mustard on his hip with a smile so wide and a confident grip. He don't chase fame, don't need no applause, just a flame and a patty and a noble cause. He ain't here to brag, ain't here to lie. He's just doing the Lord's work. He's Burger Guy. He's the man in the plaid with a cape on his back, turning up the heat on a propane stack. Ketchup in one hand, justice in the other, flipping for freedom like no other. So if you smell smoke, look to the sky. It ain't a fire, friend, it's Burger Guy.
I don't understand what this has to do with me at all.
Well, listen to the next verse. Or the breakdown, whatever it is. Anyway, these are songs that celebrate Gio as Burger Guy hero. Unnecessary hero. I know you don't want the attention, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Thank you, Burger Guy.
We had burgers last night.
Did you really?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Did you make them?
No, I did not.
Where'd you get them?
We made them at home, but I didn't make them.
Oh,
I don't make dinner.
Making burgers at home, what are you doing? You doing it in a pan? You doing it on a grill?
Cast iron.
Cast iron?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. It's the best way.
I got to get a new cast iron.
Cast
I ruined
iron.
my last one.
It's the best.
So Danny from Brisket Shop, I bought a cast iron pan from him, and I messed it up. I used it a bunch of times, and then I put water in it and screwed it up. But I bought a cast iron for him, and he's like cooking on the grill, and I'm like, well, I'm going to use the cast iron. He's like, yeah, just put it on the grill.
Yeah.
And I went,
That's the whole
I didn't
thing.
even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I know. I I never thought about putting the thing on the grill, and that's the way to do it.
Because a lot of people will cook on the stovetop with the cast iron and then put it in the oven.
Yeah. So I got to go get a new one.
Yeah, we use cast iron for everything.
Yeah, that's. And then, what is your proper way of cleaning it?
I don't know. I don't do it.
Just put it on the woods for a day.
No, I
the
know
animals
there's
pick off of it.
So there's like a special sponge that has like it's almost like metal.
Yeah, it's
and
like a steel wool kind of thing.
Yeah, and then I think you season it afterwards.
But yeah, so the thing with it is you can't soak it in water.
Yeah.
Once you get it wet and you scrape everything off, you have to dry it off with some type of rag or towel, put it back on the stove, heat it up, and completely dry it.
Yeah.
And then once it cools down, you do that a few times, and then after you cook all the seasoning out of it, like once a week, you should re-season it. So you should have some type of bacon grease or
I don't want homework for a pan. That's nuts.
But I'm telling you, it really does make a difference. It makes your food taste different.
Let's talk about how it's more likely being done in most houses. You cook it, you dry it off, and you just put it away for a little while. Like nobody's cleaning and going through all that.
If you want it to last longer, the pan,
yeah.
And if you do it that way, then you will get rust on your pan, and then you're just eating rust.
Well, that was my thing. I got the rust on the pan, so I didn't get. No, but I'm talking about people aren't cleaning it.
I'll eat a rusty burger.
Scraping out the food and then just hanging their pan.
You get that nice non-stick surface.
Yeah.
Because all you have to, really the hard part is keeping it seasoned. But once you rinse it, it's really easy. All you got to do is throw it back on the stove for 2 minutes and it dries right up.
Yeah, you just have to remember. Away, it's not that hard.
But that's the thing. You it just has to be part of your routine when you cook in it to clean it and dry it right away.
I watch my wife do it all the time.
Yeah. It's really easy.
You've made me want to go to Prime Butcher today. That's what I'm doing after work. I'm going to get steaks today. Thank you.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
We've been down in Sarasota a lot. Detweiler's, man. That
Detweiler's
place
is really good.
I want to live there. It's one of the best places on earth.
What is the equal to Detweiler's over here?
There isn't one.
Right? It's so weird.
And that's the thing. I'm like, can you guys please open one up closer to Tampa?
They were looking at Land O'Lakes for a while.
Oh, really?
That's what I was told.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
They really do need to make something, even if it's not Detweiler's, just something that's equal to.
Is that another meat market?
No, it's a store.
It's like an Amish grocery store.
Oh, okay.
But they have their vegetable selection is amazing. Their fruit is amazing, and then it's kind of like you get stuff like at Trader Joe's that you don't see everywhere else. It's kind of like something like that, but it's much bigger, and it's
is it down in the little Amish town there in Sarasota?
It's right outside of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them in Sarasota.
Right, but there's a lot of there's a large Amish community in Sarasota,
right.
And all this stuff is from them, and then they have. Oh my God, it gets me excited thinking about it. It really does.
We went to that place, the Amish place, for breakfast one time, and then it makes the pies.
Oh yeah,
it was so good. I ordered 12 pies. I was giving them out to my neighbors. I'm like, just give me a bunch of them.
Don't they do really good pretzels too?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the Amish for anything they
do.
You guys want to keep the lights off? Keep the lights off. I don't care.
We're the fattest show. All we talk about is food at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Carmen,
and it makes me starving.
Listen, food is a very important part of the world.
You need it to survive, Gio.
But we can't get Detweiler's right now in the next hour and a half.
Nothing was better than my wife just walking in here with eggs and bacon yesterday. I was like, oh, this is wonderful.
Mm.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have $1,000 to give away coming up at 8 o'clock. Do not leave. We will give you the bone bonus keyword at 8. And then we have your chance to win Metallica tickets. That could be coming up anytime before 10 o'clock this morning. Also, Ask the Dom will be here in the 9 o'clock hour. Right now, it's time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, the National Hurricane Center. Oh, that's right. It has begun. It started on June 1st. Began forecasting a potential that a system could form off the southeast coast of the United States this week. In its 2 p.m. Eastern Time tropical outlook Monday, forecasters said a non-tropical area of low pressure is expected to form in the next couple of days.
Unbelievable.
Saying, quote, if the system remains offshore, the low could gradually develop some subtropical or tropical character characteristics later this week while moving northeastward at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The Hurricane Center gives about a 10% chance to form into a tracked system in the next 7 days. So low chance of that happening. If it were to grow to a named storm, it would be named Andrea.
Oh, well,
Andrea.
let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it yesterday, and I saw Dennis Phillips say he's already got a yellow mass in the ocean, and he was already watching some, and I said, you've got to be kidding me. It's like they knew what time it was.
Get your yellow mass out of here.
I'm going on a cruise in August.
Oh, nice.
Well, yeah. I mean,
hurricane season.
That's in the middle of hurricane season. Yeah.
In the Caribbean?
Yeah.
You go Caribbean or Caribbean?
Caribbean. Yeah. Not saying I never say Caribbean, but especially if I'm singing Caribbean.
Pirates of...
I was going to say, if it's pirates, it's Caribbean. But if I'm going, it's Caribbean.
That's true.
Which is dumb.
Weird.
Yeah.
What if you're drinking rum?
Caribbean rum.
Caribbean rum.
Yeah.
Caribbean rum.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No.
Caribbean.
I cannot remember the last time I went on that ride.
Yeah.
I must have been in single-digit years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Taking your kids on it
No.
when you go to Disney?
Nope. I don't like it. And
it's fun.
I just never think about it.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like that one compared to some of the other ones.
They added Johnny Depp not too long ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's just there. He works there.
I just never think of it. And then we go over there, and by the time we get to that area of Disney, everybody's hot and tired, and they're like, let's go watch the Country Bears for a little while. And then I go in there.
I remember going to that because the AC is great, and it's like you're in the air conditioner for a long time.
Pirates or the Country
Pirates.
Bears? Oh, because in the Country Bears, you get some good AC and you can fall asleep because the bears are singing and you don't have to do nothing.
Yeah.
And they're robots, so it's not like they're going to be like, hey, you were sleeping there, fella.
My favorite ride was always the Haunted Mansion for that
Haunted
reason.
Mansion's the best.
Me too.
And they'll kick you back, too. They'll turn that thing upside down so you can lay down a little.
Bears of the Caribbean.
That's a good one, too.
It's Bears of the Caribbean.
Bears of being. Thousands of people in Tampa were without power after a strong line of storms moved through on Monday. Tampa Electric reports that 6,000 customers
where was it?
were without power in Tampa area around noon. The numbers of the outage has dropped to around 2,700 as of 3 p.m. yesterday. The outage was mostly resolved with only a few hundred customers still without power.
I saw videos out in like Temple Terrace, and there was giant pieces of hail falling like through the sky.
Really?
And out by like the Hard Rock.
Dude, I listen. I'm so happy that I got that generator this year. I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not looking forward to anything. I'm not hoping for.
No,
any
you don't want to
storms.
use it, but it's good to know that you have it.
The one or two times it's already kicked on for one reason or another, no matter how long it's been, it just makes me feel so much better.
So it apart everything. Like nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened. This was how it went, Gio. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was sleeping, and I had my mask on, and it's going, and then the power went out. My mask went. For a second, it
popped right back on.
Yeah, it went off, and then it came right back on. I went, "Oh, what is going on here?"
That's amazing.
Nice. This is a terrible story. A Clearwater man accused of sexually battering a boy was arrested Saturday, according to Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Both the suspect and the victim tested positive for HIV.
So, I mean, that guy gets murder.
Bobby McAfee, who's 62, had HIV. The child that was 8 now has HIV. Yeah. He's been charged with 1 count of sexual battery of a child less than 12 years old. Like, he's got to be charged with more than that.
Oh, he's got to be.
I thought that was a thing. Like, if you knowingly had sex with a person and you had HIV, that was attempted murder or something, or, you know.
I mean, listen to me. I'm not even trying to be tough guy. If that's my kid, I have to kill that guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever sleep at night until I've killed that guy with my own hands.
Does it say what the relationship was to the boy? Or
it doesn't. He admitted on Friday to having sexual contact with the boy and said that he had tested positive for HIV.
Oh, my God.
The victim recently learned that he also has HIV. McAfee was booked into the Pinellas County Jail.
Yeah, I hope that you guys in that jail are just beating the snot out of him right now.
Oh, wear gloves.
What is his name?
Wear gloves. It is Bobby McAfee, 62 years old.
in Pinellas County. I mean, I'm telling you, if I had the chance to go there and get one of you guys out for the weekend and take it to Metallica, I would beat that guy's head in as if he had killed your mother.
Allegedly.
I mean,
oh no.
but also, like, he gets the death penalty, right?
Yeah, but
like,
I hope
no
he,
questions
I
asked.
hope he gets it before he even gets to trial. I hope they beat him in every ounce of that shower that he goes to. Every time he goes to sit down and eat, I hope they're beating the snot out of him.
As if raping a child's not horrific enough.
Right. And then
ruining that child's life.
But also, it says that he was charged with 1 count of sexual battery on a child less than 12 years old. Like, there has to be more to this than just that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Metallica's all well and good. Hey, Carmen, Ian Beckles was wearing a green Chambo backwards cap. Where did he get it?
Reversed.
I've called the company.
Yeah.
Where?
Reversed is the brand. He got it from them.
But they only had the white one with that crappy little string across the top.
Don't you hate that string? I don't get it with the string.
It's the retro.
I like the string. It adds a little something. Ugh. But I will say, Chad did just get an order of new Chamberlain reversed hats. They are black. They don't say Chambo like Ian Beckles did. That's going to be like exclusively for the team, but it says Chamberlain. They are going to go up.
What if we played back in 2001?
What?
Then you can't hold on to your glory days. Time to move on, sir.
Right. It's still Chamberlain. It's still Chamberlain. So I'll share the link.
Carmen, can you put the link? Can you put the link in your Reddit?
Sure. Yes.
Thank you, guys. Yeah. Love the show. Have a great day.
Thank you. That guy's up in your Reddit.
Yeah.
That guy said Metallica tickets. Yeah, whatever. I want a Chambo hat.
Yeah.
But
they're nice. They're really nice. Like I said, Chad just got them. They do say Chamberlain, not
you
Chambo.
You like the rope?
Oh my God! Oh my! The show's over.
Scooby Doo.
The show is over.
Oh my God.
By the way, that's the sounder. Call now.
What was that?
First off, you burp and sneeze in the mic all the time.
Listen to me.
Second,
I get it, but I am a gross man. You are a delicate flower.
I am a gross lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
you are now.
Oh my.
Chad is a lucky guy.
Oh.
Hey, do you guys want to?
Did that sneak out? Or did you do that on purpose?
That totally snuck out.
That snuck out. We were talking about food. I'm so hungry.
Can I tell you, Carmen, that I think it's gross to burp on the air, that I've burped on the air because it sneaks out. It sneaks out. Yeah.
Trust me, that was, anytime I have to do that, I usually turn my mic off. I opened my mouth to talk and it was like, nope.
Okay, listen, don't get mad at me, but I'm going to give you a direct order. I'm going to need you to isolate that for me.
There's the clip of the day.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I already made that.
I don't even know what we were talking about. All right, Galvin, back to you.
Wow. Burger guy to burper guy. A study found owning a dog or cat in 2025 costs way more than most people think. Over the course of their life, the study chose 15 years. People think, how much do you think it costs to own a dog or a cat for 15 years?
So let's say $500 a year for veterinary visit. Well, then you got to mix in food.
Vet, food, toys,
does the
cleaning,
cost of the dog
grooming
factor in?
If no,
not really.
I'm going to say $1,000 a year for the animals.
So 15,000. 15,000. Anybody else?
I did the math for us making their food, and it was around $1,200. So I'm going to say per year it's about $5,000.
Okay,
$5,000 a year.
But that's with 2 dogs.
But Carmen, but you're the food, medical expenses, grooming, pet sitting, like any of the stuff that
all
goes
related to the dog.
With the dog.
Yeah,
grooming is expensive.
Oh, you got to go to my guy then, because they are not expensive. Pet supply. Okay, so I'm wrong. I'm guessing.
No. I'm just saying. You said 5,000. I thought you were just doing their food.
No, I did their food, but I took into account that I have 2 dogs. So if we're just doing one pet, I'll bump it up to 7,000.
Okay. Gio?
This is just for a year?
Yeah.
Oh,
10. No. For 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years. So if Carmen, if you're saying 1,000, it'd be 50,000.
I'm going to say 30 grand.
30 grand. Most people think it costs around about $6,000 for a cat, about $8,000 for a dog. The actual numbers are at least $20,000 for a cat and $22,000 for a dog. Yeah.
Oh, I spent $8 on my cat. Yeah, a cat's getting a handful of food a day. You don't like it can leave.
Yeah. Cats are very independent.
Carmen, I'm so good to that cat. Everybody's like, you hate the cat, and then I'm over there and I'm like rubbing the cat's head and stuff. Yeah. Listen, you want to have pets, be prepared for it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot that goes into it. You're responsible for other lives, and you got to make sure that they're comfortable. And there's a lot that goes into it.
And if you're doing training too is expensive. If you're getting proper training and getting it done,
it's all worth every penny.
Yeah.
By the way, Luke, dog guy Luke, he's got to take the dogs this weekend. Hopefully he can do that because I got to go to stupid Winter Haven.
Oh yeah, you're going now?
Well, I mean, what am I going to do? Anybody got any? This guy's going to Metallica. You got soccer.
Yeah, no,
I got nothing going on.
My wife's going to town.
Oh, really? Well, hold on. Let me back it up. Hold on, Luke. Not so fast. I don't know. But I mean, I'd like to do something. I got to check with people.
But that's what I told you. You should have had something. You should have been like, I got to do this for whatever.
I don't have those days.
Winter Haven sucks. I can tell you that. I've been there for soccer tournament.
I want to tell you. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this.
Lithgow?
Pete?
No. Pete.
Yeah.
Guess who's coming to see Pete this weekend?
Cruz, mom and daughter.
Texas?
Mom, yeah.
Oh, Texas mommy.
I hope I'm not supposed to.
My wife liked her. My wife was playing blackjack with her and said she was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Said she was cool.
I'm flying her in.
Oh, man. How about that? Bringing them big boobies here from Texas.
It's the pool. It's his pool.
Oh, definitely.
Fire cauldrons. That's the way to go.
Yeah. So now I can't even hang out there.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? You guys want to hang out at the pool?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry. I'm going to keep my shirt on.
Are these your shoes? Joe, I know you're in a relationship, so this probably isn't going to hurt as bad as it would if you were single.
Okay.
But Tinder is testing a feature to allow users to filter by height.
Oh.
Well, that seems in the last 5 years, that seems to be a real big thing where women are like, if you're under 6 foot, don't even bother talking to me.
Well, I think it's always been a thing. I think just now they're coming out and saying it.
Yeah, I guess. But obviously, short kings are upset about it. But Tinder isn't the first dating app to do it. They say the premium guide that won't completely eliminate other people and stuff. So,
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Dating wise, would you rather be short or fat?
Fat, because you can lose weight.
You
can't
you
get
have
home.
to stay one.
Oh, you have to stay fat?
Yeah. Like you're in the dating process, you're either short or fat.
Fat.
Yeah. I mean, as a fat guy, I've been through this. I agree.
Yeah.
But I've never been short. So I do see, look at Spanish. Spanish got the most ass I've ever seen. And he's tiny.
But he also wasn't picky.
No, he got hot chicks. He got hot
did.
chicks.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. He got a.
But when you were
Spanish
single,
hooked up with some
variety.
hot chicks that I still go, how the hell did he? Good for him.
when you were single, you didn't get any hot chicks?
No,
I got hot chicks. Exactly. But I mean, that was the thing. On a show full of married guys, the single guy got girls.
No, I know. I'm just saying, if I had to go into the dating world now, would I rather go in as a short guy or a fat guy? It seems like short guys are the ones that they just like. Girls seem like like they just assume guys are going to get fat at some point.
Yeah, and also fat and tall is more powerful.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Short is
girl.
always just
like Amanda always says that the one of the things she was attracted to in me is that she feels protected.
Yeah,
and she's not. I'd push her right out first. In front
and
of
girls like to girls like to be able to wear heels and not be towering over their little miniature panda or whatever it is.
True.
I mean, to me, being short has got to be the worst.
Right.
I can't think of anything worse than being short.
Being old and short.
Nobody takes you
And
serious.
gross long hair.
Nobody takes you serious when you
There's
walk in a
that
room.
Yeah.
You can't. The other day, you couldn't reach the clock to change it. Like it's got to be the worst.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Step stool.
It's so
Listen,
terrible.
I'm not a
so
guy. I'm
terrible.
not a guy that goes out of my way to make fun of people that are short. You're short. There's nothing you do about it. But I will tell you, I was blown away that you couldn't read something the other day, and I was like, oh my! Like I felt bad. I felt
understand.
bad. I was like, oh, are you serious?
I thought it was adorable.
When I went to Joe's house and the clock had not been changed since daylight savings
Just
time,
wait for the next year.
Not quite change now. Still waiting for you.
and Joe asked me to reach up and change it, and I refused.
What a mean person you are.
I mean, really.
Well, good luck on Tinder, everybody. We'll see what happens
Man.
there.
Oh man, I want to be on Tinder.
But now, so if you can, filter by height, can you filter by weight?
I mean,
that
don't
gonna be the
you
next?
pick body size?
You should be able to.
Don't you pick like what you're in? Slim, athletic, a little couple of extra pounds.
Based on the stuff that Pete sends us, he needs to filter by the amount of teeth in somebody's mouth.
Man.
Not facial hair.
He needs to filter out Pete face.
Yeah.
I still agree with you. That can't be right.
Yeah.
Those are not real.
Those
You
are
can't have teeth like that and mention teeth in your bio.
Right.
I have a bit of a sweet tooth. Which one? Because you have 3. So
the other one, the lady with the beard too. There was I forget
The lady with the beard is real. Like he's
Yes.
saying that and he's not joking. There's a lady with the beard.
Yeah, and I forget what her first quote was, but it was something.
The lady with the beard is reaching out to a guy who's driving a Lamborghini.
Yes.
Good luck, honey.
her bio said, your beard is weird. Let's talk about it. Today is National Egg Day. 2/3 of people usually buy white eggs, and the preferred preparation is scrambled.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Brown eggs for one.
I like the brown eggs too, but I don't really. There's not much of a
I don't
difference.
know the difference.
It, just
No,
always,
not
it
at
seems
all.
like they're healthier for
yeah,
some reason.
yeah, same.
No idea.
Like
No
it seems
idea.
like they spray painted the eggs and made them white, like oranges. When you see oranges that are super orange because they've been painted.
Right. Or the
Right.
salmon.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what the difference is at all. Do you know that there's no regulations as far as organic, like people stamping organic stuff, whatever? There's no like actual regulations of what it has to be.
Right. There's a certain thing that it's supposed to be, but it's not a regulation.
Yeah.
It has. I think it has to be like only like 70% organic.
Yeah, but it's really what you're paying
Yes.
for and what you're getting and all that stuff. You might as well just buy the regular stuff because you're still getting scammed.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's
It depends on what it is.
Yeah, if you're going to a place that's like a legit,
No, but also it
farm to
depends on what
table
you're
kind of
buying.
thing, whatever. Yeah.
You know, I mean, it depends on what you're buying. It as far as like I don't know if you're buying vegetables and fruit and they say organic. I have no way of telling if they really are.
The only way something is 100% organic if it says 100% organic.
Yeah.
Other than that, the rules and regulations, like Galvin said, they're very limited.
Very wishy-washy.
When I
Yeah.
drank milk, I used to buy organic milk. And there was a couple of things I'd buy that said organic, like meat. I try to buy the Greenwise meat, but I don't know that that's making a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. You can't really, and then what do? You're like, I don't know. Just all right. Put it in the basket.
Just give me
Let's
a
go.
public sub.
I have a hot or not for you
Oh,
guys. A parent is accused of attacking 2 administrators in a middle school in Charlotte, North Carolina, while she was at the school regarding her daughter's involvement in a fight. So she went because her daughter got into a fight, and then she wound up getting into a fight with 2 different people that work at the school. Records show Maria Hector, who is 33 years old, was arrested and released on bond. She was charged with assaulting a school employee and a second-degree trespassing. The alleged assaults happened when Hector and other family members went to the school after her daughter called to say that she was involved in a fight. As Hector spoke with school staff, she reportedly became hostile, and an employee asked her to leave. Reports stated that Hector pushed past the employee and then shoved Principal Jennifer Schroeder into the wall. After shoving Schroeder, Hector allegedly grabbed Assistant Superintendent Jennifer Dean with both hands around her neck and attempted to choke her. Police said that Dean did not lose consciousness, but had a difficult time breathing and visible signs of injury around her neck. Authorities said the school was placed on lockdown before Hector was taken into custody. So this lady, Maria Hector, she's 33 years old in North Carolina. Her daughter gets into a fight. Hey, Mom, I got into a fight. You got to come to the school. She gets down there. They start talking. She goes, ow, pushes the principal and chokes the other lady.
Yeah.
Mike Calta, hot or not?
I believe both she and the daughter, even though we probably have no way of finding out, not hot. Both gross.
You say both?
Yeah.
Not hot.
Yeah.
All right.
And I bet it's a lot of this. Don't you tell me what to do.
Oh.
Don't you tell me what to
Gio,
do.
what do you got?
Maria Hector, 33.
Yes.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Very passionate about her daughter getting your ass kicked. I think she's hot.
You say she's hot.
I think so.
No
All right.
way.
Carmen, what do you got?
Ooh. Yeah. Oh man, this is a tough one.
Maybe you should burp again.
No. 33. Fighting
Carmen,
administration. Hot.
You say she's hot?
Really? You too? You think she's hot too?
Yeah.
All right. So Gio and Carmen say hot. Mike says not hot. Check out Bone TV. You guys check out your phones.
That's got to be the daughter.
No, that's her. I actually have a picture of the
Yeah,
daughter. The
that's
daughter's
hot.
younger. She's 33. Yeah, she's hot. Like she's, not gorgeous, but she's definitely cute.
Adorable.
Yeah.
That's a mugshot, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that wild?
After a fight.
Yeah.
She looks
After
young.
choking somebody.
She looks
She
very
looks
young.
really young. Yeah. She's only 33, but looks younger than that.
And
for
I
sure.
don't believe she said, what are you going to do?
I have another. Hot or not for you guys?
Great.
How you like that? Back to back. You ready for this one? 19-year-old student falls to her death after suffering a panic attack and unbuckling her harness while parasailing.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I
Yes.
heard about this.
Tijana Radonic, she is 19 years old, was on vacation in Montenegro. Witnesses said she screamed, put me down, and help me," before unbuckling her harness while parasailing and falling to her death.
Last week we were at the beach. My wife and I were walking into the water, and there's somebody parasailing, and my wife said, "Never in my life did I see that and think, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be hooked up to a parachute and flown up in the air."
I've done it. It's
You have?
awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. You know, obviously, if you
But don't
have
you feel out of control?
No.
No.
I feel like if anything happens, I'm pulling that rope and I'm pulling myself
really?
down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong. I could smash into a rock and everything.
And there's no way to communicate with the boat, like when you want to come down
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
kind of out there hanging out.
Remember the story where the line snapped and the people like drifted in like from
Yeah.
Mexico
Yeah.
or something like that? They drifted from here to Mexico or something like that. Yeah.
See
Like,
ya.
But I did it. It's actually really relaxing if you don't think about the rope snapping.
Right. Yeah, if you're not thinking of all this other stuff and then you unhook your harness. Some reports say that she was filming a promotional video for a tourist agency. She reportedly appeared very calm and happy during the setup. Local media suggests she may have suffered a panic attack. Other outlets noted suicide hasn't been ruled out, but her family strongly disagrees
That's a
with that
hard
theory.
suicide. I'm just going to unhook my harness while I'm in the sky.
Do you
and
think
the
in her
water.
mind it's just like I'm just gonna hit the water, I'll be fine?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it
Or
was.
just get me off of this thing.
Yeah.
But she is 19 years old. Her name is Tijana Radoncic.
Her name was Tia.
Yeah, she was on vacation in Montenegro, went up parasailing, freaked out, put me down, unhooked the harness, fell to her death. Mike Calta, hot or not?
19 years old, panic attacks, quite possibly filming a promotional video. She's hot.
You say she's hot.
Well, I hope she's fat. I hope she's so fat.
Oh.
That's why she freaked out. No, I say she's hot.
Gio?
Yeah, she's filming videos for companies. She's got to be hot.
You think she's
or
hot?
she was hot.
Yeah. All right. Carmen, what do you got?
I'm with Gio 100%. She has to be hot.
So that says all three of you say that she is hot. I got to tell you, all three of you couldn't be more right. Oh, my God. Is she hot? Do you see? No? Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
hold on. It's sending. There it comes.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
Look
yeah.
at
Look at
her.
that ass.
Oh, that's sad.
19 years old. Yeah.
What a way to
I
go out.
would have saved her.
By the way, Joe has video of it.
Yeah,
There is video of
Of
her
her falling?
unhooking her harness, and she like has to because she's harnessed in up top, and then her legs are through the thing. So she unhooks, and then puts her legs through. Boom, just goes.
Man.
I saw the headline and I didn't want to click on the story because I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but crazy. Like, I mean, I don't know whether you know that you have panic attacks before. Maybe don't go up, but maybe she didn't know, and she got up there and she was like, "Ooh, I don't like this at all. I got to get out any means possible."
I'll
And
just
then,
jump
yeah.
in the water. I bet she doesn't think she's gonna die.
Once you
Die.
get up to a certain height, that water is the
Yeah.
same as cement.
But what is that height?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, also if it's shallow, if it's not, you know,
That too, yeah.
deep.
Or you fly and you hit rocks, and who knows? But yeah, so sad news for her.
yeah, I don't want to see that.
I love that Fox News is walking with Kid Rock right now in Nashville, and they're calling him a music legend. Well, I guess maybe one day he will be a legend.
He's pretty. I mean, you
He's
say
very
Kid Rock.
popular.
Anybody,
Yeah.
anybody knows. Everybody knows Kid Rock.
He's like
just-
the go-to on Fox News.
I
now.
know he's it's so laughable though. He was an old school white rapper.
Yeah, yodeling in the valley.
Funny.
Hilarious. In a new poll, only 6% of people said they don't like their name. Anybody not like their name?
I don't like my name.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a pretty dumb name.
that's why. Yeah,
Oh
that's why
my
people started calling me Gio.
Gio is cool. You made it cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gio's better.
I get picked on all the time.
I did not like Sandra growing up.
I like Sandra.
But now that I'm older, yeah, but meet a 5-year-old that's named Sandra.
But
I
also,
knew a bunch of girls named Sandra when I grew up.
Carmen, can I tell you, you're 100% Carmen. You're
Yeah.
not Sandra. Like, if somebody said, this girl, what's her name? Carmen or Sandra?
Yeah.
100% Carmen.
Or is she Sandy?
Sandy, no.
No.
She may be Sandy when she's 67.
right.
But
Like,
right
I'll
now-
grow into it,
Yeah.
but yeah, but when
See,
I was.
and I knew a bunch of girls named Sandra, so it doesn't seem like an old lady's name to me.
I just
Oh,
think
to me
Sandra
it
D
does.
from Greece.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I got that a lot. But yeah, but now I like it.
42% of people say they love their name. 31% like it. 19% are neutral. Men are more likely to be cool with their name, especially younger guys. 63% of people say in a poll that their name is common, while 33% would say their name is uncommon. You got to be careful because you can give your kid a name that's an uncommon name that's cool. It suits that kid. But it also can be like, oh, why would you name your kid that?
I was almost always the only George in school. Like, there were not that many others, and everybody would make fun of me.
Yeah, George of the Jungle, George Jetson.
Which way did he go, George?
George McFly.
Yeah.
You're the uncool Georges.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you weren't a bad guy. You just were kind of a goof.
Yeah.
That stinks. I was just Michael. There was always 5 other Michaels, and it was pretty popular, but it was also very common. So I didn't hate it, but I didn't really care for it. I think I would have much rather had a exclusive name.
My name was almost Eugene.
Yeah,
that's
worse.
Bad. That's nerd name.
Then my father found out that my initials would be Egg, and he thought people would make fun of me even more.
Why do we consider Eugenes nerds?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, again, the Eugene in Greece was the nerd.
Yeah, is that it though? Is that from what?
But Eugene.
All movies and shows, Eugenes are usually nerds.
Yeah, but what was like the first one that they were like, we're gonna name this guy Eugene, and then everyone was like, oh yeah, remember that guy's a nerd, so we'll name this nerd Eugene.
Yeah,
there was Eugene Tackleberry in Police Academy.
He was not a nerd though.
No, he was badass.
I always wondered if, I always thought I'd give Joey a cooler name. Because my name was so common, but I named him after my uncle, so there was no real decision there.
I was named after grandfathers.
Yeah, Well, that was my brother handled all that. My brother's kids are all named after. My brother's kids are named after my grandfathers, my great grandfather, my father, my everybody. My brother covered everybody.
George Clooney's the only cool George, really. George Foreman.
I wouldn't even give you that. I would stick with George Clooney.
Yeah.
If I introduced myself, what's your name? George, like George Clooney. That's what I would say. How you doing, George? Like Clooney?
Well, when I was a kid, he wasn't really a thing.
He was on Facts of Life.
George Washington.
That's true.
Yeah.
George Jefferson.
Mm.
What's up, Turkey? Do you know I saw him one time? I was driving down through Overtown in Miami, the worst neighborhood in Miami, and I used to cut through to get to downtown, and there was this old church out there, and he was filming some sort of commercial or something out there. And I stopped the car and I go, and that guy looked just like George Jefferson. And I looked over and it was him. And I could see the camera crew and I go, hey, Mr. Jefferson. And he goes, gave me a nice big wave. I was
hit him with Mr. Jefferson?
Mr. Jefferson.
Not Sherman?
No. And he gave me a big wave.
By the way, terrible name, Sherman.
Sherman Helmsley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Sherman's a rough one.
Sorry to Sherman, who listens to the show and calls in every once in a while.
That's a rough name.
He
knows.
Own it. Yeah. You can be. I mean, Sherman actually is a pretty uncommon name. So you could own it.
Yeah, but I just always think of Shermanator from American Pie or whatever it is.
That's right, nerd.
Yeah,
nerd.
I've been sent back to the future from the future to have sex with you. Yeah, it's rough. 24% of people say they generally prefer names that are more common, while 39% say they prefer names that are less common. 37% just aren't sure. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Joe, what is your middle name?
It is Dominic.
I knew that. I knew that. That's the other thing. I wish I had a middle name because then I could say, well, at least I have a cool middle name.
That was my grandfather's name, so that's why we brought it through.
Yeah, and you have a middle name?
I do.
And you have a middle name?
Yeah, Eugene.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We just talked about that. Yeah, and I don't. That's just such a weird thing to me that my brother does and I don't.
That is really weird.
Yeah.
Because same parents.
And they blame each other.
Same parents.
My mother said, I go, why is it that I don't have a middle name and John does? And she said, well, I wanted to name you this, but your father said this. And I asked my father, it's not true at all. I couldn't care less. No, I don't know. They both seem crazy, but my mom was a little extra crazy. Yeah. Who knows?
I had 2 nerd names.
You did.
Yeah.
You got double nerded.
Yeah.
You got the double nerd.
How'd you grow up to be so cool?
How'd you grow up to be Burger Guy?
Evan Longoria will retire, but he will only do it as a Ray. He's going to sign a 1-day contract with the Rays and be honored in a pregame ceremony before their game against the Miami Marlins Saturday, June 7th. Though he sat out his last season, the 3-time All-Star wants to come back home and make his retirement official.
At Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, the game starts at 4:10 at Steinbrenner Field.
That sucks. He can't do it at the Trop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked Evan Longoria. He was pretty cool. I didn't really know him. Like, I met him a couple of times, and he was a nice enough guy, and he certainly was great for Tampa Bay. He was a good player. I had like 2 funny interactions with him. One is one time I went to go see a Yankee-Rays game, and I sat on the dugout on the visitor side, and he came out of the dugout, and he looked at me, and I was wearing a Yankee shirt, and he just looked at me, and he just shook his head. He shook me off. And then we got into this deep discussion on the show, which I'll briefly kind of paraphrase right now. If you can travel through time and go to your younger or older self, whatever, it's just you and yourself in the future or the past, and you gave yourself an HJ, a job by hand, would that be gay? And the controversy was yes, because you'd be doing it to another man, but the truth is you'd be doing it to yourself, which you've already been doing as you pleasured yourself. So is that gay? And it became this huge topic. And Evan Longoria DM'd me on Twitter one time. He's like, "Can I please call on the show and weigh in?" It's like he had such positive, strong thoughts about it that he wanted to call on the show.
When he lived here, he was a big fan of the Bone. He listened all the time.
Is that gay?
No.
Yes.
It's you.
I know. But
do I know it's me?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's a different version of you.
It doesn't matter. It's still your hand.
Yeah. But you're still looking at a guy.
You're looking at yourself.
What if you time travel just to spy on yourself, doing it to yourself? Would that be gay?
Yeah. Why would you want to watch yourself
Well,
do it?
I don't know. I mean, it's worse than touching.
I look good.
What
No,
are
it's
you
not.
into?
If you're doing it to yourself now, Joe,
Yeah.
okay, then you're doing it to yourself for pleasure.
Right.
If you flew back and did it to yourself, you're still doing it to yourself.
Yeah, but my hand is attached.
It is your
to it.
hand.
It's not, but it's not attached.
But it is still your hand.
And then you want to watch
It's still
yourself?
you.
I just want to check it out. Maybe I want to do it.
Is this why you and Dizzy are hanging out now?
And make sure I'm real young too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's still another guy.
It's not another guy. It's the same guy.
Yeah, but there's another person doing it.
No, it's
even though it's your body,
It's another form.
Listen.
It's another form of your body. Yeah, that's the thing. But
that's
it's
true.
Still you.
Because if I go back to my teenage years, now I got a big gross man hand.
Right.
doing it.
Yeah. And also, like right now, do you stand in front of the mirror and do
I
it?
turn on 3 different video cameras and I stand in front of the mirror. I want every angle possible. No, I don't watch it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. So if it's a version of you doing it, you're watching yourself do it. Therefore, you're still getting turned on by yourself, which is a man.
It's gay. I know you're not getting turned on by it. I'm not. If I'm doing it, I'm not watching it.
You're not. You're not turned on when you do that.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Like, you
that's
have to
not.
be.
It's not that. Like if I'm the doer, if I'm the guy if I'm the me doing it, it's not turning me on. I'm doing it as a favor to me.
But then you're not gonna be able to reach the top of the mountain. Like you have to be.
Know me.
Like you have to be turned on to get there.
Right. What I'm saying is that if I'm the guy getting it done to him, that's fine. I just close my eyes and pretend. If I'm the guy doing it, that's doing nothing for me. I'm. You know what I mean?
Does the other you reciprocate though?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right?
Why not? Why? Yeah, it's the same thing.
If it's the same thing, why doesn't the other you?
Joe, that's a good idea.
Dutch rudder.
But then also, the younger you, the older you's doing that, and the younger you goes, "Oh, that's a good move. I never even thought of that." And you're like, "Yeah, you learn this
He
later
leans in
on."
and he goes, "That's a Dutch rudder."
Yeah,
and I know right away that it's me.
Yeah,
You step out of a time machine and you go, "Hey, egg from the future."
No,
Eugene George the third.
It's gay.
It's not gay.
I know you guys want to.
It's maybe uncomfortable, but it's not gay.
So let me ask you this:
Okay.
If you right now, as you are, were able to yourself,
No.
Why? Same thing. It's you.
No, it's not. I would never perform that act.
you wouldn't if you could.
No.
What if your other future self says, "Hey, man, this is
I'm
going
not,
down.
I'm
It's just us
regularly
It's just
doing
us.
that. I'm not saying because it's gay. I can't. I mean, I don't want to do that.
Physically, you can't do it.
Well, I physically can do it. I'm saying if I could physically do it,
you could physically do it, you wouldn't.
I would not.
Would you let your other future self do it to you?
No. Because that's a man doing it.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. It's totally different. I wouldn't do it to myself. I wouldn't let another man do it.
But them doing that.
But he's saying different because
I've been doing this for years.
If you were able to do that to yourself, and then you did do that to yourself quite often, whatever, and then the future, thing, whatever happened, and you did it,
that's fine.
But the sensation of future you doing it is just like any other.
No, you're letting another man do it. You're letting a man do it.
Exactly, which you're letting anyways.
No, because I've never done that before.
Right, but I'm saying it would be the exact same thing.
Yeah, what Gio is saying, though,
your logic has now caught you into a mouth hug from yourself.
Because even though it's your hand from back then, it's still a different hand.
Yeah, but it's your hand.
Yes,
right,
but a different.
Yeah, but
hand.
my mouth has never done that. So my mouth
But
has
if
never
it
done it
did-
to me or anybody else.
If it did,
Yeah, if you were a guy who liked to do that to yourself, then it's not gay. It's just weird.
But if you enjoy that, the sensation is going to be the same. Why not?
No, because that's I don't want. I'm not doing that.
what about?
So they get in trouble? No, they never said words. They just made noises. And then Carmen burped in the middle of it.
If it's all the same, why not?
It's not all the
Go
same.
for it.
It's not all the same.
It is.
It's not.
I know that you want this, but it's the same.
It's not all the same. Would you, if my wife came to me and said I can do A or B, I'd be like, yeah, let's do B.
Right.
It's not the same.
By the way, that ends with, hey, that was weird. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Also, I'm not you from the future. Peace.
There ain't no time machine.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Mark Maron's WTF podcast is ending after 16 years.
Who cares?
Maron,
old curmudgeon.
It's so funny. Maron announced the news on his Monday show, saying it's nice to be able to end things on our own terms. We started the show on our own terms. We grew it on our own terms.
He'll be back in a year.
And now we'll end it on our own terms. Yeah. What is he going off to do? More
Nothing.
bit roles. WTF will turn 16 years old on September 1st.
I don't like him. I met him one time and he was just such a douche.
I don't like him, and I've never thought he was funny.
I don't think he's funny. I think he was good at what he did with the podcast.
Was decent, yeah. But
Yeah.
I never understood why the podcast was so huge. And
Because he was
was
one of the first ones.
and it's massive.
Yeah.
It was Jay Moore said it was a Moore, Marin, Corolla, somebody else. It was a Moore, Marin, Corolla. There was one more podcast that was popular. I can't remember what it was.
Rogan?
Oh, Rogan. Maybe it was Rogan. Moore, Marin. But in the early stages, they were the one. They were the first.
Right.
They were the first four in.
By the way, I saw a thing with Jay Moore. He was on with Bobby Lee, and this was a while back, whatever. But it was the whenever Bert was on Rogan and talking about the Jay Moore thing and stuff, and Jay Moore was saying, about that whole situation. He goes, I can't do anything. He goes, I can't post pictures of my dogs without somebody saying, did you steal those from Bert too? Like he goes, it is taken millions of dollars out of my pockets because of all this stuff, whatever. He goes, and then he goes on Rogan, and he goes, I like that Rogan's the arbiter of funny. He goes, because he's made us laugh so many times. And was taking shots at Rogan. It was
I like Jay Moore.
I like Jay Moore, and I think Jay Moore is funny. I think he's weird as all get out. I think he's got
I think he's less weird now that he's over his, that he's a drug addict and he's, been sober for a while.
Yeah, he admittedly has had a lot of problems, and those problems, were a lot of things, whatever. But now he's married to a billionaire, so
yeah, worked out for him.
He's doing all right. Jonathan Joss, guy from King of the Hill and Parks and Recreation. If you're,
I looked him up. I don't know who he is.
On Parks and Rec, he played like the Indian chief guy, whatever, and I think he was also the Indian guy on King of the Hill as well. He's an actor. He was shot and killed by a neighbor Sunday in San Antonio. Josh was gay and was with his husband, who says it was a hate crime.
I still can't understand that. Why you can never want to be gay. And you could think it's gross and all that stuff. I'm not into doing anything gay, but I couldn't care less if you were. Like, I don't understand what makes you hate other people who are gay.
Because deep down inside, you're gay.
You're gay.
Oh! I thought you were talking to me. I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, no,
I mean, after the last conversation.
Listen,
Future Mike says otherwise.
Future Mike may know. I mean, is that it? Can't be it for everybody, is it? Like everybody that I put up the Pride logo for Pride Month. Okay, I am very unapologetically in favor of people being happy and being free to be able to do whatever they want. We are here for a very short amount of time. We should be as happy as possible during that time, and I will not be a part of the hate. Okay, so and I feel like it's important for people like us to say things like that because we're influential and because other people will then come forward and go, yeah, I kind of feel the same way. So I will always do that. And I don't care about the amount of immediate hate that I got the minute I put the logo
sure.
up.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be June and all the corporate logos go up. Yes, it's Gay Pride Month. That's when you do it, and in June.
By the way, I saw a thing that said all corporations during June, and it was just a guy teabagging a dude. I was like, that's so good.
I'm all for jokes, too.
But here's the thing, and I'm not saying, oh, look how enlightened I am and stuff. I literally don't care to where I'm not changing anything.
It's not enlightened. It's that. It's
You know,
that. Why do you care so much? Like,
why? I don't care enough to change a logo. You know what I mean? I don't even care. That I'm like, okay, there's gay people. I don't care.
Right. But what I'm saying is at what point do you start to hate? I remember when I was a kid, the idea of two guys being together was still kind of perverted. And I was like, well, I'm fine if they're together, but they shouldn't be able to adopt kids because they're going to do gay stuff with the kids.
Well.
Like I had to grow up and learn all those things. And so I've been through it. I'll tell you, there was, and I threw around the F word probably up until about, 5-10 years ago. There is just there. It's it was a learning process for me. But I never really cared. And I think a lot of that came from my father who was around a lot of that stuff in prison, a lot of it in the city and family members and things like that, and he never cared. And because he never cared, I never cared. I think had I been raised different, I probably would have had to learn through my own.
Well, and I think that's a lot of it too, is how you're raised and stuff. Because if you have kids that don't know any difference and stuff, they don't care. They're, whether black or white or gay or straight or any of that stuff, they don't really care. Whatever, until somebody influences their opinion and says, "Oh, you shouldn't be doing that," or "This is bad," or do you know why the difference between it's
one of the things that was interesting to me was, and this shows you how far we have come, is both my kids. I remember having conversations with them where it was Juliana said, this kid at school, I'm gonna make up a name, Carlos. And I said, "Oh, Carlos, is that your boyfriend?" She goes, "Oh no, Carlos is gay." And I went, "How do you know he's gay?" And she's like, "He just is. He's gay, gay Carlos." I'm like, "Oh, I get. No, who is the gay kid in your school?" I mean, there was a kid you called
Eric.
There was a kid you called gay Eric, but was he gay?
No, he was 100% gay. Yeah.
We didn't have anybody in my school that came out.
He would always go to like the dances with a friend.
Oh yeah,
the girl that was we're just friends though, whatever this, that, and everything. Eric was so gay, but it's so funny because at the time it was like, yeah, I guess Eric doesn't really date any girls, whatever. And then high school reunion, and I went, oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, there was a lot of my reunions where I went, "Oh, that makes sense."
yeah. But it was one of those things because I don't know, I was busy trying to get girls, so I didn't look at anybody else what they were doing. Yeah, it was weird. Saquon Barkley is going to be on the cover of Madden NFL 26 doing his little backwards hurdle that he did.
Well, good luck breaking your leg in the first game.
Oh my God,
Madden curse.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up just passed 1 billion Spotify streams.
Good for him.
1 billion.
From getting rickrolled.
Yeah.
Although it was a great song.
It's a great song.
It's a great song.
By the way, Rick Astley running for president. Never Gonna Give You Up. Never Gonna Let You Down. All the different mottos and stuff and everything. Like, he should definitely be president. And then finally in news, Gio, I think you're going to like this. Over at ranker.com, people are voting on the greatest of all time, greatest Disney song.
Oh.
Greatest Disney movie song.
A whole new world. That was pretty good.
That was actually, that was you, Mike?
Yes.
Clearly
Oh
not the
my
first time you've done that.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know what that's from.
Aladdin.
Is it Aladdin?
Aladdin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not just Disney song, greatest Disney movie soundtrack. Okay, so
I know that my wife and daughter now, I don't even remember them ever watching this movie, but now they will randomly put on Little Mermaid.
Okay.
On the radio.
I know.
Little Mermaid comes in at number 4.
Yeah.
Encanto.
Oh, Encanto was great.
Yeah.
Not in the top 10.
Frozen's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Frozen.
Huge.
Number 1.
Massive.
Number 9.
9.
Number 9, yeah.
Oh, man. My daughters were definitely all in on Frozen.
Disney-
Do you want to build a snowman? All right, our
Favorite
bikes around the
Disney movie
hall.
soundtrack.
You guys got to think about it, but we got to do this first. Whoa.
What?
No.
I'm thinking. What are you
Do it.
doing?
I don't
Burping?
know. I don't know where that video, like, what's playing.
Oh no!
Fix it,
What
Carmen.
did you do, Carmen?
Fix it.
No pressure. We're all just staring at you, waiting to win $1,000.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farrah and Farrah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarrahandFarrah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is...
bling. This hour's keyword is bling. B-L-I-N-G. Head over to the 1025 Bone app now and enter bling before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours.
Okay, let me tell you two things that go along with this. Okay. One, don't stop listening to the radio to go do this. You could simply go to the app and put it in there.
Easy.
And two, if in the next couple of minutes, or like in the next 45 minutes or so, some number calls you that you don't recognize, answer it, because that's probably them calling you to tell you won. You ever think about that, dummies? So many people are like, yeah, we've been trying to call this guy for 3 days. He's not answering his phone. Well, I didn't recognize the number. A whole new world.
That's very
Pretty
good.
Angel. It's pretty good. All right, so you so far have Little Mermaid. You have Frozen. Frozen came in number 9. You probably thought that was going to be higher.
The Lion one. The
Lion King.
The Lion King.
Lion King, number 1.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, number 1 for Lion King.
Beauty and the Beast.
Number 2, Carmen, you're on a roll.
Moana.
Moana comes in at number 6.
I can't believe Frozen's number 9.
Yeah.
And Encanto is not on the list.
I don't know what to tell you, guy. Talk to ranker.com. Disney movie soundtracks. Favorite Disney movie soundtracks. What else you got?
Mulan.
Mulan comes in number 8, Gio.
We say Aladdin.
Aladdin comes in at number 3, Carmen.
We sung it, Carmen. We sung
But
it.
we didn't.
You didn't say it.
Oh,
We didn't say it.
sorry.
Yeah.
Loser.
Yeah, Carmen's crushing.
Point Carmen.
So number 10 is Tangled.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Number 9 is Frozen. Number 8 is Mulan. Number 7, nobody got yet. Hercules. Hercules comes at number 7. Number 6 is Moana. Number 5.
Tarzan with Phil Collins.
Number 5 is Tarzan. That was a money maker for Phil Collins, for sure.
What was the song?
Hey, here comes Tarzan. Look at that Tarzan. I don't know. Yeah. Number 5, Tarzan. Number 4, Little Mermaid. Number 3, Aladdin. Number 2, Beauty and the Beast. And number 1, according to ranker.com, favorite Disney movie soundtrack is The Lion King.
Wow.
Yeah, probably Broadway helped it out.
Yeah, that was a great show, too.
This one didn't make the cut.
Love, 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 love. I saw him by the food truck light.
Don't get upset.
Glowing in the soft moonlight.
What is this?
These are Geo Burger Guy songs.
Flat shirt hanging, spatula in hand.
Another one.
Flipping burgers like only he can. He caught my eye with that mustard grin. Said, "You're hungry, darling." I gave in. He wasn't just cooking, he was serving fate. And now I'm hooked on that grilling soulmate. Cause my heart's on the grill and he's turning it slow. Got me sizzling deep with that burger glow. He don't need roses, don't need a ring. Just
There you go, Burger Guy.
But like,
Thank you.
seriously, if you had AI write a song for you, like a legit song, not about a burger guy, whatever, but if you were like, write me a country song about truck and being single and drinking and this, that,
Oh, yeah.
and then you were a country artist and you just recorded that song.
Yeah,
That's a hit.
that's a hit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's so I don't know, it's amazing what it can do. It really.
It's great. Love it.
Well, there you go. That is it for
the best
news.
part about it is annoying you is effortless. It's not even like I was up to 3 hours writing and recording these. Somebody just sent them to me. Yeah, that's just how it goes. All right, thank you very much. My wife and I joke. You know how couples have songs? Do you and Chad have a song?
No.
You don't?
Like a couple song?
Yeah, like a song that like maybe from when you started dating, or a song that's like your relationship song.
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, we do not.
Do you and Jenny
have a song?
I mean, you got a wedding song. And that's not what I'm thinking of. You don't have like a song?
Not really.
Me and Danielle Mazzola had the Jets. You Got It All. That was our song. She used to write, Danielle loves Michael, 21087, You Got It All.
Like what's your and your wife's song?
Well, that was the thing, is it's kind of a joke. We didn't have a song, but remember that song by Big Pun that came out? It was Big Pun's only song.
No.
Sing it. You got to sing it.
I ain't a player. I just crush a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. We always joked that was our song because we didn't have a song, you know. And my wife just sent me. They made a Big Pun died because he was like 500 pounds, and they made a Big Pun Nike Dunk, a limited run. Who wants to wear the Nikes of a 500-pound dead guy?
They'll sell out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
They're blue and red. They'll sell out in a second.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
They know what they're doing over there.
You think so? You think they're gonna last?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
They're gonna be all right.
Do you remember from our wedding what song we came out to? Because you guys, the wedding party, actually came out to The Darkness, I believe, in a thing called Love.
Yeah, I don't remember what you came out to.
We walked out to, my wife and I, for the first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Gregory Galvin.
Dum, dum, dum,
Oh,
dum,
yeah.
dum, yeah.
That's
Imperial March.
We came out to the Sopranos theme.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was a DJ's choice.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't care about any of that stuff. Not that I didn't. I just was like, yeah, just do whatever weddings do. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And then I got up and danced to Sexual Healing with my mother-in-law.
Wait.
Did not
Very
realize.
appropriate.
Did not realize that's what it was. It started out and it was slow, and I was like, "Oh, slow song, I'll dance with." Oh no, this isn't good.
Yeah.
Who did the toast?
Your
brother?
My brother Tim did, and Uncle. Remember? Now I can't remember what his name is. My mother-in-law's brother, and everyone was chanting his name and stuff.
Oh God, I don't remember.
I can't even remember his name.
Galvin's wedding is one of those weddings that was. I don't remember it. It was a good wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was so good.
All I remember is I had a great time.
Yeah. I remember the band played.
Yep. Ronnie D and those guys played.
No,
and
we played.
Oh, and we got up and played. Yeah, we had. But our wedding vows were less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
The whole
Oh,
thing
the
was
whole
less.
ceremony
The
was
whole
great.
ceremony was less than 2 minutes. And
You
then we
said to me,
"Let's
I
go
have to
party."
wear a tuxedo and we're going to be outside. And I said,
In
you
June.
son of a bitch.
In June. Yeah.
You son
I
of a
remember
bitch.
sitting down thinking, "Oh man, it's gonna be so hot out here," and then it was over like 2 minutes.
Right.
How many years have you been married?
We got married, so it's 14 years actually this month. Yeah.
Wow. Jesus.
I remember I took home a bunch of cupcakes afterwards.
Yep. We had all the cupcakes. We had Frankie.
They're
from
just
Cafe
like handing
Chico.
them out.
Did the thing. Yeah. There was patty cakes, cupcakes.
Yep. That
was
was
good.
good. That was
Yeah.
good. That was a good wedding. Who's next, Joe?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
What? What?
Who's next to get married?
Oh
man.
I don't know. I mean,
You're the only one. You and Carmen. And Carmen's already
Carmen said she's not going to do
established
it.
her
Right.
displeasure for marriage.
Yeah, she's not inviting us.
Carmen, you're still not going to do it?
Listen, I don't need it. But if Chad wanted to get married, I would marry him in a heartbeat. I've always said this.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you
I
haven't.
mean, if you want to, it'd be kind of nice.
I'm just saying, I'm not religious. I don't see, like, we're both not religious.
You get tax benefits.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But is that the big catch of getting married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that the big get?
Carmen, I don't care whether you get married or not.
Right.
And not
Oh,
saying
yeah.
that about.
I just want to go to the wedding. I want to be able to walk you down the aisle.
I have a father
Well, I
who's
mean-
in my life and I have a great relationship with.
I don't know.
I know,
Trump,
but-
Trump built that wall. I don't know if he's getting
gonna
in.
get in
He's
here.
still here.
David may not make it.
Oh, does Holly
Plus, you
come?
don't want him sleeping in his van outside the.
Who are your bridesmaids going to be? All the girls from the basement?
No, they're not allowed out for my wedding.
I mean, does Holly come to the wedding?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she
don't know.
comes.
I don't know if she does, Carmen.
I mean,
She
that's
says she's gonna come.
Yeah.
You're on the
Yes.
outs. I thought
listen, she would be invited.
I
but
would. I would see if she wanted to go with me.
Yeah, of course.
she's your plus
You
one.
don't get
Yeah.
a plus one.
Oh.
Amanda gets a plus one.
Oh.
You may not come.
All
I
right.
see your wedding ending with Holly punching your wedding cake and screaming, "You think you're
I
better
should
than
have
me?"
been married first.
Yeah.
I should have been married.
I do handstands.
Right.
punching the wedding.
I've been talking about being married since I was 9.
Yeah, it sounds.
Why should
yeah.
you get a black husband with abs? Hey, you'll just be another wedding I didn't get invited to.
Well, Amanda's invited,
Yeah, I'm just saying.
so I mean, she
You'll
may
be
bring
invited
you.
if I do it, Michael. I promise.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
Plus, Carmen, if you get married, I'll tell everyone, just give them cash. They don't want
Yeah.
stupid.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly.
Yeah.
What's a good cash? How much would you expect me to give you if I was invited to this
Oh,
wedding?
good question.
Ooh.
You?
Like I'm gonna write down how much I would give you.
Okay.
Me too.
I'll write down. Should we write down which each of us give or what?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I wrote it down.
All right.
So, based on my birthdays and other presents that Mike has given me, I feel like depending on how we are, his generous side, max.
What do you mean how we are? We're
Like-
always good.
Yeah, but sometimes you get in your little toughs and
Yeah, but I still
grump moods.
love you.
Right? Yeah. I know, but still, if you're
Gross,
like,
you said it out loud.
Yeah.
It was weird. I said it. And I was like, "Ooh, I just said it."
There's
I
your
was just gonna
promo.
roll over it and just not say anything. I love you too.
Oh,
How
But-
much?
are we getting married?
How much?
So I would say based on my birthdays and this and that, like Mike may splurge a little and he may give me like $1,000.
Oh, wow. Rich.
Guess what I wrote down? $1,000.
I had 500.
I wrote 300.
Interesting. All right.
Mike?
I wrote 500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's
Yeah.
right. I would first say to Amanda, we should give her $1,000, right?
Right.
Like
And
that's
then
what
she
I
would-
and she
and
would say,
No
"Are you
way."
crazy?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
She's like, "You didn't even get invited. You're my plus one."
Yeah.
All right, Carmen. I'm next. How much am I giving you?
Galvin,
Is
I
everybody
think.
writing down?
I
or-
wrote
Oh,
down.
yeah, hold on, hold
I
on.
wrote down everybody.
All right.
Hold on.
See, I think Galvin, you're like depending on how your betting's going, based on my
Yep,
birthday,
yep.
Uh-huh.
you're also around the same 500,
I put 250.
maybe 400.
I put Galvin 500.
I also put Galvin 500.
What'd you put for me?
1,000.
I put 300.
I was
Yeah.
closest.
Yeah, I put 300.
All right, good.
Because that was predicated on Mike giving you 5.
Right.
Mike's
Right.
giving her 5. I'll
Well,
give her
yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Carmen,
Okay.
you're $800 into it right now. You should get married.
All right.
Wait,
Next up
That's
is Gio.
Terrible.
Gio. Everybody write it down.
Done.
How much, Carmen? Gio's giving you how much?
100.
I have 100.
I have 100.
I have 3.
I have 100.
Yeah.
Gio's pretty good at this. All right. Then next up, Joe.
Yes.
Joe
Done.
gives.
All right.
Sounds good. Sounds good so far.
Joe made you some potpourri.
Okay.
I got my number, I think, dead on for
What's
Joe.
Joe giving you?
I got Joe down as well.
Joe gives us each a really big hug and says, "I'm so happy for you."
Oh, that's it. No
And-
present, huh?
And then nothing.
None.
And then maybe $50.
Oh, definitely invite me to your wedding. I'm coming. I'll eat more than that for sure.
I had $50.
I had $100.
Okay.
25.
Oh,
Joe?
I don't think that I've
Joe?
ever gone to a wedding and given less than $100.
No, I would never go to a wedding and not give at least $300.
300.
Yeah.
Did you get? You didn't give me 300.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. Thank you, but I don't remember what anybody gave me.
The other thing is that like Bobby called me one time and Bobby's like, I have a financial thing you might be interested in. And he told me what it was. And I said, Bob, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very interested in that. I don't have the money right now. It's not that I'm poor. It's just that, there's other times in your life where you're
Right,
richer than
yeah,
you
yeah.
are tonight. And right now is not one of those times. And he was like, okay, yeah. So so it would also depend on the wedding. Like Carmen, I could, it's not like gambling with Galvin, but I could have just collected a bunch of money from
Right.
something and
Right.
be like, I'm giving Carmen $2,500.
Carmen, and
We're
I would
rich right now.
I would plan your wedding during football season. 'cause
Oh,
that's
yeah,
usually when
Galvin.
Galvin's pretty hot.
Galvin's got you covered there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right after because he might not show up if it's during football season.
Between Joe's $50 and Galvin's gambling,
Yeah.
you're gonna be rich.
Yeah. And then obviously I would like, how people like they invite like billionaires and they never show up, but they always like send a gift.
Yeah.
Right,
Type of
which
thing.
is partly why I'm surprised I'm not invited to more weddings. I don't want to go,
Right.
but
you'll
I'm
just
now
send money.
I'm gonna have to send the gift. Yeah.
So I would invite all of the famous people that have been on the show that have been
Yeah.
nice to me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're probably not gonna come, but they might send something.
I only invited three famous people to my wedding, and 2 came, and I don't remember gift wise what any of them got me.
I had Ralphie was at my wedding.
Oh yeah.
And X-Pac was at my
Oh
wedding.
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I invited Bird, but I knew he probably wasn't going to be able to, he wasn't in town or anything like that.
Oh,
But,
Right.
how much did Ralphie give you?
good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ralphie
Yeah,
was
Ralphie
not
was
cheap.
good. Ralphie, for my birthday one year, got me a 24-inch Peisty ride from Jason Bonham.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's great. Oh, I miss Ralphie's gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ralphie
good.
was very generous.
Super generous. Super generous. I had to say to Ralphie, we're already friends, you know?
Yeah.
No, Plea. I know you like it. All right, we got to take a break. You still have another 15 minutes to get your Bone Bonus keyword in to win $1,000. If you don't know what to do, you got to download the Bone app. It should be simple. You should have it on your phone already. You go there and you put the Bone Bonus keyword in, which Galvin gave you this morning, and you can win $1,000. You still have another 15 minutes to do so. I got Metallica tickets to give away. We're going to have Ask the Dom coming in. All that stuff is happening this hour. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I read this story, and I would like to say I can't believe it, but I 100% believe that Trump thinks Biden died in 2020 and is a clone.
You think it's real?
Oh, I don't think that I feel like he knows enough to know, like, you know how in Mission Impossible they can make those masks where you look like anybody. I believe we have some sort of technology like that. I believe that they probably have masked up a guy to look like the president, sent him one way and sent the president the other way, kind of just to throw people off.
Well, also Melania. How many different versions of Melania are there?
Right. So, in my mind, there is some sort of technology similar to what Mission Impossible has. So, in Trump's mind, he's like, "Oh, we could do that. They've been cloning." Like there was George Bush, the second Bush. Was he H.W. Bush or was he W. Bush? No, he was W. Bush, right?
W was the son.
The son.
Yeah.
W was dumb as can be. W could not give a speech. He could not talk. And then one day, he changed the cadence in which he talked, and he talked as if somebody was feeding him lines. And there's no way that you're not going to convince me that he didn't have a little thing in his ear and that they were feeding him the lines from the back. Not in a debate, in a speech.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember whenever Kamala Harris, they came out and she was wearing those earrings, and then the company said we have those earrings in their thing, and whether it was true or not, whatever. It's like all those things. You're like, I mean, it could be.
It makes sense if you can do it.
In Mission Impossible, and I hate that I am basing everything on this, but Mission Impossible, a lot of the times the movie science that they have, same thing with Star Trek. Star Trek, a lot of the scientists would look at things that they saw in Star Trek and try to make those things happen.
I think it was the CIA reached out to the James Bond people about the underwater breathing.
How did you get that?
Then they go, it's a mood, like it's not real. That's
in
not
Mission Impossible. They have these little dots. They're tiny, tiny little dots, and they stick inside the ear, and that's how they speak to the people. They communicate with them, and they'll watch them on camera and go, "Okay, go left, go right." The guy's approaching you. That's how they communicate. There's no way you're going to tell me we don't have that technology. I mean, that technology exists now.
My father-in-law has in-ear hearing aids that you can't see, and he can answer phone calls.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah.
They're Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And you can answer a phone call on the thing.
Wow.
They have so a few different things. One, in the Batman movie, she puts in the contact lens and he can see everything and hear and do all that stuff and talk to her through that, whatever. But also they have the AirPods, whatever, where if somebody's speaking a different language, it translates in real time.
Yeah.
Or you can isolate from across the room and be looking at someone with the meta glasses and stuff, and it'll pick up their conversation specifically.
Yeah. So there's no way you're going to tell me we don't have that sort of technology. Now, do I think Joe Biden's dead and there's a clone out there? No. But, I mean, think of some of the other stuff that they probably pulled over on us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there probably have been people. I mean, that whole movie Dave is about the president who's in a coma.
Yeah.
And they have to hire an actor that looks like him to play him.
That could totally happen, I believe. If you find someone that looks close enough, I don't know about cloning them, but somebody that looks close enough and you only have to say just change their nose a little bit.
You can't clone them. You should have to wait for them to age.
Right.
So you can't clone them.
But you could also do makeup. There's makeup artists that can do all that stuff that makes people look old and does different. I know that they were talking about Joe Biden. They were talking about an actor, and they were talking about that's why the rubbery neck thing and all that stuff. And who knows?
Oh, I would like to know. Like, I wish that before you died, when you die, a priest comes and he gives you last rites and he gives you the Dominus Vobiscus so you can go to heaven. I wish that they send the guy and he goes, okay, here, you're going to die. It's bad news. It's your days, your minutes are numbered. But here's what we have to tell you. Yes, we know there's aliens. We've been in contact with since you were in third grade. And your neighbors, the Ralphsons, they were in fact from Mars. And, it just tells you all these things that professional wrestling is real. And, these things that you had no idea were true.
Yeah.
But, you just die without knowing.
But you think Trump actually believes that when he says that?
I don't know if he believes it. I think he's seen enough technology to go, they could pull it off.
Yeah.
You know,
I think he loves crapping on Biden, and
sure.
Then the media takes it
That's
as
what I think.
like he's clearly joking, trolling, which
Yeah.
he's known for, and the media takes it as like a real statement.
But as we start into hurricane season, remember this is the guy who asked if we wanted him to nuke the hurricane.
I don't think that was so far fetched.
I said a long time ago that if there was some cold bomb that we could, because it's because of heat, you know,
Right.
the thing, whatever, the cold bomb. Yeah, who knows? I mean,
If you cause a massive explosion inside of a cylindrical cloud, would that cause the cloud to disperse? Now, I'm not a scientist. Scientists may be laughing, going, "What a moron you are!" But to the average person, that doesn't seem like that illogical.
yeah.
So for him to say that, I don't, he's like, what do we have in our, and it's always going to take somebody to say something where you go, well, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. And then somebody goes, wait, that might actually work.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that we have no idea. And it's so funny, too, because as we go on, we find out all the stuff that, you're wrong. You're an idiot if you believe that. Then, like, 3 years later, they're like, oh, yeah, that's exactly what happened. And you're like, before I was an idiot.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe anymore. But I love when Trump says stuff like that. I love when he just shoot. I mean, this is the leader of the free world, the guy who runs this country, and he's saying that Joe Biden might be an alien, might be a robot.
Yeah, he's gonna say crazy stuff. The fact that the media at this point still take it as like some factual statement, is kind of silly.
Yeah.
But also, if you've ever seen Joe Biden walk and you've seen the Boston Dynamics, you're like, that looks pretty similar. Pretty similar.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. Excellent. Thank you for your call.
Nailed it.
Mike Calta Show, hello.
Morning, I was calling to win some Metallica tickets.
Oh, you are way early, sir. Is that what it is, Carmen?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said that we have them.
We do, and we are going to give them away.
Just not right now.
Just not right this
But
very
that's
second.
what
The truth is, we should probably do it now.
Sure.
Can we play our little game?
Absolutely.
Well, see, now all the phone calls are gone. I'm going to start with this guy. Good morning. Hello.
Hello.
No, it's too loud. You're too loud.
Too loud.
All right, listen. This is what we're going to do. Carmen, I'm going to give out new rules.
Okay.
We got Metallica tickets to give away. We're going to do that right now. Your Bluetooth has to be off. You cannot be on Bluetooth. Carmen did not have any belief in you people whatsoever. I said, your Bluetooth has to be off. And she said, you have to be off Bluetooth. Your windows have to be closed, and your radio has to be turned down. If any of those things are violated, you're immediately disqualified from
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
Okay. All right. Our phone numbers are 800-771-1025. We're going to play the Metallica game, and it's going to go to somebody who is a fan of Metallica. All right. Carmen's putting all the calls on hold. I'm going to pick one up. Let's see how the rules are going so far. Ooh,
Good morning.
Very nice.
Good one.
Excellent, sir.
I already vote yes.
Yeah. What is your name?
Jerry.
Jerry?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jerry. How's your day going?
I'm just about to start it.
All right.
Heading off to work.
All right. Here we go, Jerry. We're going to give you Metallica songs. We're going to give you names of songs. You're going to have to tell us which one is the Metallica one. You'll have to get 3 in a row correct in order to be the winner. If you are, you will get to go see the show this weekend. Is that cool, Jerry?
Sounds great. I appreciate it.
All right, Calvin.
All
Here
right,
we go.
Jerry, I'm going to give you 3 songs. One of them is a real Metallica song. Tell me which one is the real one. All right, here we go.
I'm doing terrible at this game, by the way.
Yeah. You're not very good at it.
No.
Yeah. Shatter the Flame, The Four Horsemen, or Crimson Salvation?
Four Horsemen.
Four Horsemen is
I
correct.
knew that one.
Yes,
All right,
very
2 more.
nice.
2 more.
All right, next one is Phantom Burn, Harvester of Sorrow, Beneath the Iron Sky.
At least I like how you're picking my favorite ones. Harvester of Sorrow.
Yeah,
Very nice.
2 easy ones.
Yep.
2 easy
Yeah,
ones.
listen, it's coming up.
I want him to
It's on
win.
the list. All right. The next one is Rise of the Hollow, Reign of Static, or My Friend of Misery.
Oh, man.
Oh, you're gonna
My Friend Misery.
You said it so dejectedly, but you're right.
Oh, that's awesome.
I did good on this one.
Oh,
I got
good.
that too. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, congratulations, sir. You are going. Now, Carmen, what do we have? What do we have left?
So listen, the email was very wordy.
All
there
right.
was no number.
A lot of reading.
Okay.
But yeah, and very confusing. But in the actual website that I log the stuff in,
Yeah.
it says Metallica both days. So I think our winners are getting tickets for both days.
Well, hold on.
I
know
don't
that's-
have an option
I know
to
that.
pick.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
You want me to text Olivero?
Alexa?
You want me to
I'm
text
telling
Micah?
you, yesterday I had to send an email and I put Sunday.
Right.
But in the actual system, I don't have the option to pick the day.
Can you
It
call?
just-
Can you call Oliver real quick? Get him on the air right now.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to put you on hold. You're a winner, and
That's awesome. Thanks, Mike.
what
Thank
you
you, guys.
won remains to be seen. It's either going to be both days or one day. I hope it's both days, sir. I
Yeah.
hope you get. Would you choose both days if you could?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You kidding?
All right. I'm going to put you on hold. Hold on one second. There you go.
I mean, everybody wants to go to Limp Bizkit Day.
Not
That's
everyone.
Friday, right?
Seems like
Not everyone.
that's what I've been
Everyone.
hearing. A lot of people.
No.
A lot of people saying stuff.
I would like to go to Limp Bizkit Day,
yeah.
but I'm not.
I would like to go to Limp Bizkit and then leave.
And you are going to the second day. No, you're going to both
going
days.
both, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, are you going at all?
No.
No. No one has called me and said, Mike Calta, we have a suite if you'd like to join us in the suite.
Now, if you get the suite, Michael, I'll go with you.
Oh,
Maybe-
isn't
Oh,
that nice
this
of you?
guy.
Yeah,
What a good
I'll
guy.
make the sacrifice.
Maybe if since John Senning's in the hospital, maybe
There's
the
an open
sweet
spot?
open up.
Listen, you got an ear infection. You can't be, listening to
Metallica.
Metallica and Limp
Oh,
Bizkit.
yeah.
One
Blast
ear.
your eardrum.
Yeah.
It's a waste of an ear.
Yeah.
Not even hearing stereo.
Right.
I don't know what's going on there.
Johnny was back yesterday.
Oh, he was on the
On
air,
the
right?
air, yeah.
Yes,
He didn't even
he's
milk
live.
it?
He's just
Do we have
waiting.
Olivero
We
on the
do.
phone?
Hey, I have a clip of John Senning back on the air with his ear infection. Why no time no.
No.
Mike Olivero, Honky Kong?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
All right,
Doing
Carmen
good.
is very confused as to what Metallica tickets we have to give away. According to the online thing, it says it's for both days, but then in your wordy email, you say it's for different days, so she's very confused.
You have 5 pairs of, before yesterday's giveaways, you have 5 pairs of Friday and 5 pairs of Sunday. You can give them away as pairs for each night or separate nights. Entirely up to you. I thought we talked about this the other night.
Mike Oliver, I can't be responsible for anything that we talked about
Yeah,
when
why
it's
would
just
you
me
talk
and you.
to him
Yeah.
about that? Come on.
I don't retain any information at all.
Can you find a suite for me, Mike, and Joe?
Yeah, did you come up with a suite yet?
All right.
Hanging out.
And
with
go.
I did not come up with a suite, no.
Is Mo? I heard Mo's going in a suite.
He is?
That's
Who
what
doesn't even like Metallica?
That's what he told me.
he's calling it Motalica.
Mo-
I don't know. I don't know what
I'm hearing of that one.
he told Gio he got invited to a suite,
Yeah.
and nobody ever invites us to suites.
I believe it was with Patrick Smith.
Yeah.
What's that guy do? Why is
I don't know.
that?
I heard that Patrick Smith had a invite to a suite of a client, but that client no longer has the suite.
Oh, so it wasn't even his suite.
Yeah. No, he was a guest as someone else.
He was guessing his +1 was going to be Mo.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Listen, people are forgetting we can be bought too.
No, I know.
Couple of shots of bourbon and some steaks. We'll be your friend.
Mo told me that if he's in a good mood, he'd send me some pictures of Limp Bizkit from the suite.
If he's in a good mood, he's such a dick. All right, so you're telling me I could tell Jerry he got tickets to Friday and Sunday.
Oh.
If that's what you want to do, then that
Yeah.
just takes down your inventory. So it's entirely up to you.
He seems very excited to go to the show, and his phone call was perfect. It was quiet. He said hello.
Yeah, I know. He got 3 in a row.
He got 3 in a row.
It was good.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Thank you for backing that up. I'm going to let him
Whatever
know.
you want to do.
All right, pal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
There you go. The great Mike Olivero. All right, Jerry, you heard it from Honky Kong himself.
Should we vote?
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're
well, whatever you decide is awesome.
I decided you want to go to both days, sir. You get both days.
That's awesome.
Not only that. What is today? Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's it.
What were you doing?
I was going to say, let's take a break and come back and give away another pair of the both days, but then that'll...
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no,
Stretch
no,
it
no,
out.
no.
Yeah. What do you mean no, Carmen? Why wouldn't we do that?
Because we already gave away one yesterday.
But we only
And
gave
now-
away one.
Right, but now we're giving away 2.
All right, so what if
So-
we go? What did we give,
Give
away
away
yesterday?
the other.
Yeah.
Let's do it right now.
No.
Yes, I'm
What
putting
did we
Jerry
give
on
away
hold.
yesterday?
No.
Friday or Sunday, Carmen?
we gave away. I gotta go check my email.
By the way, that person's listening and like, I didn't get
we gave away Sunday yesterday.
All right, so let's give away Friday right now.
Carmen, we're gonna get to Friday, and Mike's was like, "How come we don't have any more tickets?"
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So let's
we'll still have 6 pair or 3 for both.
Have you met Mike Calta?
He's delight.
What do you mean we don't have more?
Yeah. Why'd you give them all away?
How come you can't do my singing voice when you do it? Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, what's up? This is Kurt.
Kurt?
Good. Yep.
Okay. Good. All right, Kurt. I'm going to turn you over to Galvin, and we're going to try and win you tickets to Friday night's Metallica.
All right, Kurt. Here, awesome. I'm going to give you 3 songs. One is a real Metallica song. The other 2 are not. You have to tell me which one is the real Metallica song. Get 3 in a row, and you're going to win tickets. All right, here we go. We are starting out with Iron Eclipse, Cyanide, Drown the Fire.
Oof. Cyanide.
Cyanide is correct.
That is correct.
Very nice.
You're
all right.
A third of the way there, sir.
Your next one is The Outlaw Torn, Hellwave, and Temple of Static.
The Outlaw Torn.
That is correct.
Oh, I knew that one too.
All right. Got to get
one more, and you're going. What was your plan for Friday night right now? Nothing. You were doing nothing.
No plan.
Now you might be looking for a friend to take to. Who would you take with you if you want?
Probably my wife.
I think we say your mom.
Metallica
you
too.
almost said your mom.
All right. Got to get one more. Here we go. Your next 3 are Hit the Lights, Blackthorn Divide, Twilight Crucible.
Hit the lights.
Better believe it.
Good job. Good job. All right, I'm going to put you on hold, sir. You got your tickets, you and the wife, going to see Metallica on Friday night.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, brother. Hold on. He is on line 3, Carmen.
I do like that we're giving them to real fans.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, this is because especially real fans who don't have tickets now, because one reason or another, they either couldn't afford to get them, got shut out by Ticketmaster or whatever. So the fact that they're getting to go makes me very happy.
Now the secondary market's going to kill you if you try to go last minute.
Ooh, let me look real quick. What do you think? StubHub?
Yeah, I'm guessing just to get in, 170, 180, upper decker.
I bought mine and it was not unreasonable.
2-day, or should I look at 2-day or Friday?
Man, it's Friday, Limp Bizkit Day.
Right. Looking for 2 tickets. Oh, they have tickets in the pit.
Oh, in the pit, $500 a piece.
You wish. 2 tickets left in the pit on StubHub for Friday night, $1,600 each.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, come on.
Now on the field, around the pit. So the way they have it set up is that the stage is in the circle. There's a pit in the middle of the stage, and then the stage branched off. They have 7 or 8. What is that? 1, 4, 5, 8 forks out where they can go out. So anyway,
I bet those are $500.
Those are even cheaper than that. It's like $400.
Yeah. $400 to be on the field. That's not crazy for Metallica. That's before fees.
What is that? What seat is that?
Oh,
where are you sitting?
I don't know. It looked like it was a suite.
Snatch it up.
Yeah, let's go.
By the way, I'm looking at my tickets for one ticket for one night where I'm sitting is $800 now.
Yeah.
What was face when you first got them?
I got both nights 2 tickets. I think it was right at $1,000. I think right around 1,000.
Oh, so
let me see. I'll look and see.
It was like $250. That's pretty good for lower level. Not bad for a Limp Bizkit ticket.
It was under $1,000 for 2 tickets.
Fees out the door, everything.
Fees out the door, everything.
That is pretty good. But you jumped on the minute they went on sale.
And I have the Metallica pass thing and all that stuff.
You could buy there's 4 tickets left in a suite. They're $954 each.
I mean,
can be in the suite with Patrick. No, I don't know with who.
I know we got to be with other people.
Yeah, that's weird.
That is weird because you walk in, you're like, "Hi, I got these on StubHub." Weird. Hi,
hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh no, we don't work at the office. We're just here.
Yeah. No, I don't know Mary.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and that's happened to me. I've been in the suite when people walked in before.
Yeah.
And I've walked in the suite. And I'm like, hello, how you doing?
The one time I went to the All-Star suite, I was like that. It was me and my son, and walked in, like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they just give them to different people.
We bought tickets to a Lightning game one time on StubHub. This is the great thing about StubHub. We bought tickets to a Lightning game in a suite. They were like $600, and it said all the food and all the alcohol that you want, it's all covered. And we were like, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because the food alone is going to cost you $1,000 just for. So we bought the suite out. And we went, and they were like, no, food's not included, and neither is your alcohol. We immediately called StubHub, and they refund everything on the phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you got the suite for free that night?
For free.
Yeah.
I was like, we wouldn't have paid for it.
Food is not included, and this 20-piece chicken tender is going to be $90.
Yeah. Oh, 90. You wish it was 90. Yeah. All right. Listen to me. I got to take a break. I got to get some commercials out of the way. 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Now, joining us in the studio is our friend Dominic Ferriello, a.k.a. Ask the Dom. Dom, how are you?
I'm great. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday.
Dom, we decided that in order to keep this relationship going, you're going to need to get a suite at the Metallica concert.
Oh, well, yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not even going to be at the concert. I've got a law conference in Bonita Springs. So Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers going to be down there doing some CLEs, continuing legal education credits. So unfortunately, I'm not even in town.
Are you even a Metallica guy? Like I'd see you as a Van Halen guy or an AC/DC guy, but not so much a Metallica guy.
Yeah, no, I'd love to enjoy the concert. I just wasn't in town. AC/DC was a blast. I took booze a few weeks ago, but sure, I would have loved to have gone to Metallica. Just there's a lot of conferences usually in the summer with the FJA, Florida Justice Association, which is the following week in Miami. So every now and then, this law business jacks up my social calendar.
And of course, Dom's favorite Metallica album, "And Justice for All."
Oh,
yeah, that actually makes sense. So I'll be out of town, unfortunately, this week. But tonight, Mike, I'm playing for the show. We're back in the playoffs in the Ice Hockey Rec League, defending the cup. So I just want you to know, 7:45, I'm going to be representing the Mike Calta Show on the ice. I just throwing it out there. I'm
nice
fighting
that
for it.
Real hockey season's over, but Dom will continue to fight it out. Yeah. Who else?
Stanley Cup's coming. Nice. Stanley Cup's in 2 days.
No, I mean for the Lightning. When's the Lightning round where I'm out?
Oh, I got you.
What is Olivero playing with you? Like who else is in your league?
No, I've talked with Mike, and I'm trying to get Mike to switch leagues. Mike plays up in Wesley Chapel, and I'm trying to get Mike. I was just talking with Mike the other day about it. Paul Fazio, who you remember Paulie used to be, so he's actually on my team. Let me see here. Frank has played in our league as an alternate. Leosi, he's on a different team though, so he hasn't played with me. Paul played with me, but I played against Frank, and I'm trying to get Mike. I don't know if there's anybody else that you would know from the station that
I might lace him up one day, Dom.
Well, I'll tell you, if you want to come out, and there's an open skate that we can do. There's a skate and shoot. There's like pickup hockey games.
You want to know something so funny is that Corey Cross used to play for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and he gave me a pair of his skates because he was a size 13, and they actually had big feet and they fit my feet. So he gave me a pair of his skates that he wore like 2 times. I have kept those skates for what has to be 25 years now.
Oh, man.
I don't think I've ever worn. I keep going. Every time I move, I go, well, in case I skate.
At the time, those were the best skates available. And now the people would be like, what are these old skates?
The classics, funny. Mike. You should bring them out. Your godson, by the way, Booze just got selected to a travel hockey team now.
Oh, so nice.
That starts.
Good luck with that.
What position does he play?
So Booze plays any position other than goalie. So he can play forward, center, winger, defenseman. He's actually played multiple positions in rec, which was by design. I said, learn every position and figure out what
goes both ways
you like and what's best. So the Clearwater Ice Storm selected him. So he's now part of that travel hockey organization.
I will tell you, some of the best feelings ever were when we had to travel with Joey to go do travel hockey, because I didn't really know the parents on the hockey team that well. And I didn't have a buddy to go hang out with, and Amanda couldn't always go to the games. So I would travel to South Florida, Fort Myers, let's say, and then I would go in there and I would sit in the opposite team's bleacher area because they actually sit, with the home team and the away team.
Right.
Because I would sit and I would just listen to them talk crap about the other team. It was great because my son was so big, he was knocking the hell out of all these kids. He was the youngest kid on the team, but the biggest kid on the team. So and then just to hear them gasp every time. I had never been prouder of my son. Listen, travel hockey's a whole different beast, buddy. Good luck with that.
It starts, 5 years in travel baseball, and now we're switching to travel hockey. So it's going to start getting real, Mike. At
least it's more exciting because baseball is boring as hell, and you're inside in air conditioning. So that is the blessing of being a hockey parent.
I agree with all above.
Yeah,
I agree with all above.
Like Gio's got to watch stupid soccer in the sun every weekend, girls soccer on top of that.
Well, Booth still plays soccer, so he's still he's down to 2 sports. We went from 4 to 3 to 2, and so he still plays it with Tampa Bay United. And Gio's wonderful Christmas gift, by the way, which is still in use. Those beautiful chairs are so comfortable, Gio. My ass thinks about you all the time.
Wow. Same. All right. If you got a question for Ask the Dom, now is the time to get on the phone lines. 800-771-1025. Let's go to Dean. Dean, good morning. You're on Ask Dom. What do you got, Dean?
Good morning. Don, thank you for taking my call. This is unusual. Our daughter is a school teacher. She's an educated woman. She's 29 years old, has her master's in special education. She visits her boyfriend like all of us did. Well, girlfriends for most of us, but she visits, her boyfriend every night. And this apartment complex, which is a higher-end apartment complex, is maintained. The parking is maintained by on-call parking. So some sort of service. They drive through there. They read the license plates with those computerized license plate readers. Anyhow, make a long story short, there's a sign at the front of the apartment complex that says all visitors and residents must check in online. And she tried 2-3 times. They towed her car. They towed her car $233 the next day to get her car out. Because
what was the problem checking in online? What wouldn't check in?
Well, after the fact, they found out that the resident has to check in their guests online. It doesn't say that on their sign, just as all guests and residents have to check in online. And once the reader, this fellow in the reader vehicle drove by, it showed it wasn't registered, and they towed her. And make a long story short, the apartment complex has a stipulation that you can only have a visitor 3 or 7 consecutive days in a row, or no more than 14 days total, accumulative during the month. And this was known after they towed her car. Is there anything? The tow company is saying, hey, we're just doing what we were told to do. The rental community is saying, well, we have this service. They're the ones that order the tow company to do it. And of course, they're saying, well, we're just doing what we were told by the association.
All right. Well,
is there any
ramifications? Here's the answer.
Thank you.
The boyfriend's going to pay the $200-something bill because he's the resident and he has to pay attention to the rules. So he's going to pay that for his girlfriend, your daughter. And then what he's going to do, he's going to make her a co-signer on the apartment as a resident. Problem solved.
I'm sorry. You're right. She was told that she has to be a co-resident on the lease, but yet again, she has her own piece of property. She lives at her own place.
That's all right. But you just put her on. Put her on the lease. Right. He's paying the stuff. She's just put her on the lease as a co-resident. Now, be careful with that, because if you listen to the show often enough, is that when you start to sign contracts, joint and several, it means that if they break up, then she's still required for the remaining term and conditions on that lease. So if she signs on and it's a year lease or 6 months lease, and in a month or 2 from now they break up, she's still responsible. If he moves out or says, I'm out of here, she then can still be responsible on that property just because she bought a parking spot. So
that's a great variable. Yes.
You got it. So she has to understand, all right, do I want to hang out with this guy every single day? And if that's the case, then they probably need to make different accommodations where, they're, why you have 2 places if you're going to hang out at once. So there, at some point in time, as relationships progress, a decision has to be made on what's most economically viable for each party. And she might be getting
last question The $233, just take it on the jaw.
Boyfriend pay it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
technically she was wrong.
No, you're talking to the village idiot. That Dad paid it already on my American Express with the hopes and aspirations with American Express going to war for you, because I'm pretty much in favor of the card holder, but I've lost battles before, and it doesn't sound all that great that I'm going to be able to win this battle.
I wouldn't waste your time on this. Well, my advice is it is what it is. I understand the premise. We've got an answer for you to solve the problem so it doesn't happen again, but in the meantime, he has to register her if she comes over until she's a resident, and she needs to make a decision as whether or not she wants to be a resident and sign a contract, because then she's going to be legally obligated to the terms and conditions, the remaining lease, if you will, on that agreement. So heads up.
Understood. Thank you very much. Yep. Understood. Thank you, guys.
Pal. Good luck, man. Thank you very much. Phone lines are open, 800-771-1025. If you got a call, now is the time to get it in. Wide open. Phone lines wide open. Wide, Galvin.
There was an email that came in, Mike, and similar to this call that just hung up. Try to avoid, if you can, and I know this sucks because you're in love with your girlfriend and your boyfriend or your fiance, and everything's everything's lovely until it isn't. And I just got an email the other day where there's individuals that were engaged. They bought a house together. Now they're separating, and now it's just a circus. So I know I've said this before, and it doesn't come across as the most loving thing, but unless you're legally married, I would caution anybody in owning anything jointly. Now, a lease that's temporary. If you're going to lease an apartment with somebody, there's an end date with that. It's a year lease or a 6-month lease. That's okay. But if you're going to purchase an asset like a house or a car, and you're not married, no mas. I don't recommend doing that because it always blows up in your face. So just a public service announcement.
Yeah, and it's weird because you go into it and you're like, but I'm so in love and it'll never go. And then all of a sudden you find out the hard way that bites you right in the ass.
Yeah, you go from so in love to so in hate.
Yeah.
It's the same emotion. It's just the flip side of the coin. That's all it is.
All right, John, good morning. You're on with Acid Dom. What do you got, John?
Hey, so I'd like some advice on whether I should pick a I or a trust. Divorced. I have a daughter in college, a freshman in college, will be sophomore. But, I own property here, everything. She lives in another state. So is it more advantageous to do a will or a trust to make sure that all of my, things are handled properly if something was to happen to me?
That's a great question. The state of Florida technically provides all of us a built-in will in the statutes. You have the testate versus intestate. So what that means is if you die in the state of Florida as a resident and you do not have a will, intestate will kick in. And the state of Florida provides you a will in the statutes for your natural descendants, your lineal heirs. So by design of the statute, you kind of automatically have a will through the intestate statute in the state of Florida. It's a weird way to say it, but it's kind of true. Now, you can specifically have your own will because maybe you don't want the lineal heirs in the order outlined in the statute in the state of Florida to get certain things or all of your items, or you want to divest things. So will is just kind of a more specific way of outlining your estate, if you will. I think a trust has much more protection, especially if the value of your estate is higher. Again, wills are wonderful, but if you have a lot of value, if you have a lot of property, if you have a large family, or maybe they might be a little contentious, or they might be litigious, you want to have more of an instrument that's going to have more protection for who you want your estate to go to. And then a trustee can be named, which has several inherent powers. So I would answer the question in a trust. Not that a will is bad, but I think it just affords different types more protection based on the reasons I just outlined. And then if you're interested, you go to acidom.com. I have an attorney in network who's fantastic, who does probate law, and we can get you there.
Well, yeah. Well, one of my other questions as far as that went was tax ramifications. So from what I understand, if you did the will, then it would have to go through a probate, and then there could be a lot of taxes, whereas trusts may protect your heirs from a lot of tax burden. Is that true?
Both are probate documents. They're just two different designs of how to manage an estate. Both are testate, if you will, versus intestate if you don't have a controlling document. So, depending on the size and the value of the estate, different tax implications may kick in, but both are considered, if you will, probate. There's no disadvantage one over and over in that regard to that second follow-up question.
Good. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, pal. Thank you. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Anthony. Anthony, good morning. I want to ask Dom. What do you got, Anthony?
I got a question. I bought my house back in 2009, and I know that you don't really deal with real estate. I'm thinking maybe you can point me in the direction of someone who does. But in 2020, 2021, I did what they call a sell and stay.
All right.
And
so you sold it, and you're staying there until a certain time?
Yeah, well, there was no set time frame, but I have the option of selling the home or purchasing the home back.
Okay.
Since that time,
why do you do that? You need the money? Is it a financial thing?
Yeah. It was a financial thing where they gave me money to help refurbish the home and things of that nature. Since that time, the company that I did the sell and stay with has went out of business. And then, with the contract that I signed with them, it stated that nobody had, the only person that had the right to sell the home was me. But what I have found out is that they transferred the deed to the home into another company's name.
Right.
And I guess that company bought the profile or whatever for the home.
Yeah.
And, I'm trying to figure out what can I do here?
Nothing. Nothing's really changed. Just only the mortgage holder now of the property's changed. So, for example, I had property. I still have it. I have hunting property in Pasco. And I had it through a bank. That bank went under. That bank was bought by a different bank. So what I did is when I made the payments, I just made the payments to the new bank. And then ironically enough, that second bank went under. This is back when the economy got kind of a little squirrely there at the 2008 election, 09, 2010, kind of around the same time that you bought your home in 09. And then ultimately, for about 6 months, I actually had to pay the federal government, FDIC. I had this, because it was all in transition, so I wasn't going to get caught with a 6-month due bill because I haven't been paid. So I actually paid that into the federal government, the Federal Depository Insurance Commission, FDIC, and then ultimately. Go ahead.
What I did find out is that the company that I did the original sell and stay with is now under federal investigation as well and being sued by several different state's attorneys, and has also been blocked by several different state's attorneys from purchasing property in their states due to all the different fraud and the coercion of people into doing the whole sell and stay things and stuff like that.
Was that in the state of Florida?
As far as I know, there's no litigation in the state of Florida as of right now. It doesn't relate
to you. That doesn't pertain to you. And plus, they don't have any nexus to you for coercing you or coercing you. You did it through a different company, and that company sold to them. So you don't have a cause of action to them for any nefarious conduct. Plus, it's not an action in the state, so So you just continue
with the original company.
Whatever the case may be. I mean,
Gotcha.
Unless you're sitting there claiming the original company coerced you into doing this, but they're out of business. So you don't have a viable defendant now in that case, if I remember your fact pattern correctly. So at this point in time, you've got a new company that took over for the old company. You got an agreement. It was assigned. It was an assignable interest, apparently, and you need to confirm that in your contract. Because if there wasn't an assignment, then that's probably your legal standing in contracts law and or real estate litigation, which, of course, we've got Christina Lund in the Acid Dom Network that can assist you. But that's the question. You need to go fetch your contract. There's your homework. See, make sure there's an assignment clause in there, which I guarantee you there is. But that's really the only legal argument or angle that I would suggest you have in contracts law.
There you go. Good luck. Tom gave you homework. He goes, that's the assignment. Go get your homework.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do some work so I can help him out, right, Mike?
Yeah. We got time for one more. Good morning. I want to ask Dom, what do you got?
Hey, good morning, guys. My name is Rick.
What's up, Rick?
Dom, I've got a great. It's going to make your brain work really hard right now.
Wonderful.
It's a criminal charge back from 2009. So for almost 15 or 16 years, I've been living with this felony charge on my record. I'm not comfortable saying exactly what the charge is, but
just say it. Nobody knows you are. Just say it.
Okay, so in 2009, I was arrested in Hillsborough County, and they were telling me that I failed to register as a sex offender.
Problem
is, I have no prior crime. No prior crime.
No, none at all.
Nothing. Yeah, I got a national background check done through the FBI. There is no prior crime. I told everybody. I've screamed from the hilltops. Nobody will listen.
All right, question. A lot of times I feel like I believe you, sir, but no prior crime that you were committed, that you're convicted of, or no prior crime you're even been suspected of?
No prior crime, period. Nothing on my criminal record.
That's not. You're not answering the question. You're not answering the question. Have you been suspected of something?
No suspicion, no prior crime. No, I have no duty to register. Yet Florida charged me with a felony.
All right, so when you were
only
charged,
crime on my record.
All right, so when you were charged with a felony for failing to register as a sex offender in 2009, you hired a defense attorney to fight.
I couldn't afford one. I was only 19 years old.
Okay, hang on a second. So I just had the elected public defender in studio last week for Hillsborough County, along with the elected state's attorney.
I listened. Good show.
Even if you can't afford, but even if you can't afford a private lawyer, you can have a court-appointed public defender.
Right, and she had just got her attorney's license 1 year prior, and I assume she had never seen or tried a case like that.
All right, hang on a second. See, now we're getting somewhere. All right, hang on. But at the end of the day, right, you're saying that you didn't have a prior existing charge for which you were required to register as a sex offender. So,
that's right, and I am not required today.
Okay, well, wait a second. What was the resolution of the case with the public defender that was new in 2009? What did you do? What was the outcome?
They scared me to death. I had a pregnant girl, and I pled guilty to not go to jail.
Okay.
They told me that I was going to prison. Go, you're going to prison for 5 years, dude.
So you were, how old were you?
19 years old, and I would have went to prison with that, so.
Right, and she was just, a couple of years younger than you were? You were dating, and because you were older than she was, that was the problem?
Negative. No. My girlfriend at the time was 24 years old. I was 19.
So what did you do?
It had nothing to do with that.
We're missing something.
Yeah, I mean, you're leaving out an important part somewhere.
Even if you have a brand new lawyer, right? A brand new lawyer, even right out of the box, is going to know if you don't have a previous crime that's going to require someone to register for any list, right? I mean, that's a simple motion before the court or a conversation with the state's attorney. So for the fact that there's other things that happen for you to plea.
So I requested my file from the prosecuting attorney's office. I looked through the file, and it's noted 3 separate times, no prior criminal history. No prior judgment for crime. They noted it 3 separate times in the file that there is no prior crime that requires registration.
Well, then I have absolutely no idea why the hell you did what you did. You should have just had the case dismissed if that was the information. There's something else.
You're leaving something out, sir. You're leaving an important fact out here.
Something else happened that you're not telling us because, I mean, even at 19 years old, even at 19 years old, I don't have a prior crime. Why are you going to plead guilty? I mean, every charge has the potential of jail.
Well, this is the thing. So I know because nobody, I don't know anybody else that has ever been charged with a crime like that. But the nature
I know many people.
Makes it to where people don't listen. They don't want to listen. They think you're lying.
Well, I listen. I don't necessarily know all of it. You're calling about something that happened in 2009, and it doesn't make any sense. Why an individual would? Well, I'm asking you. Why, go find a mirror. Why would an individual plead to something that they didn't do or not required to do? And if you're saying that you were then coerced, by... And
I tried to tell the judge. I filed a motion of appeal. I said I was forced into this plea.
Who's the judge?
It was Judge Daniel Sleet.
Judge Sleet. Okay. Yeah. So you're
That's
going way
right.
back.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's now on the second DCA.
Yeah, we know Danny.
Well, here, the answer to your question is everyone's, well, what's the answer to this question? Your question is you need to get all of your, what you want, sir, is post-conviction relief. So the legal issue in criminal law is a post-conviction relief action. You're convicted and you want relief from it. And the relief is based on all of these elements that you're talking about. So what you have to do is you're going to have to gather all of this information. You got to get to the clerk's records, all of the stuff, the appeals and everything. And then Mr. Sansoni might be interested. It's going to be expensive because, he's going to have to.
No, that's the problem is it's expensive, And I'm a state licensed contractor now, so that's not a problem. But it was when I was 19, very expensive to defend yourself against crime. I had no prior crime.
Well, it's not.
So
it's not expensive to defend yourself because you were provided a public defender. It's expensive
didn't know any law
to undo what you did. Because you want post-conviction relief. That there's a process for that through the appellate courts. That's expensive. The other way before is now you can always have requested a different attorney.
I was going to ask you that. Can you do that? Can you be like, this bitch doesn't know what she's talking about?
Yes. Yeah,
and you have
and also you have not to throw folks under the bus, but I mean there's a lot of different things you have is what's called ineffective assistance of counsel, is a motion for 3850, is the rule under the criminal rules of procedure if you are unhappy with the services of counsel. And the civil side, it's the 5107 sanction motions. 30.
Right. So I've talked with the Florida Bar Association. I've exhausted every option there is. They tell you, everyone says the same thing. Nothing you can do, sir.
Well, that's what
nothing you can do.
That's not what I said.
No avenue.
That's not what I told you. Did you listen to what did I tell you?
Yes. Yeah. You said it would be very expensive, and there is a route.
And the route is called post-conviction relief. You get all the documents from the clerk. You bring it to the office, right? You hand it to Mr. Sansoni because he does that, and then he's going to look at it and he's going to tell you how much he charges or what he thinks the likely. Because Mr. Sansoni is not going to charge you if you're going down in flames. He's not like that. We're not like that here. If it's not going to be advantageous for you, we're not going to charge you an attorney's fee and then take your money and then your case is going to die. We don't operate like that. But if you're serious about wanting help, then here we go. Go get here's your homework. Get all the stuff.
Huh?
Get all the stuff. Put it in a box. Bring it to the office. Bill will look at it because this is what he does, and he'll tell you reasonably if you've got a good shot or not. And if you've got a decent shot, and then he'll quote you a fee. And if you want to go that route, you have a remedy, and that's what it is. But it requires you to get all the information and the evidence to our office because we're not going to do that. You got to do that for yourself.
I got to tell you, I wouldn't want this following me around for the rest of my life. It'd probably be worth whatever the charge is, but do whatever you got to do, sir. I hope you find some sort of relief.
Yep. But you got an answer now.
Thank
you. When he hangs up.
What's he leaving out, Tom?
I
hung up, but what's he leaving out? There's some. I'm not saying he did anything wrong,
right?
But there's some other part of the situation that he's not telling us. If he's either embarrassed or he feels like if he brings it up, it's going to follow him.
Well, yeah. The problem is that here we are now in 25. And either he's just talking to the wrong people or he's leaving out specific facts. Because if it's in the file, I mean, then you have issues where if the state does something wrong, that's prosecutorial misconduct. If the defense does something wrong, it's ineffective assistance of counsel is 3850. But everything you got to take at face value when folks call because I don't have any of this stuff to look at.
Yeah.
But when you look at everything and you can kind of track things down, maybe there was an allegation of an offense that these charges might be filed, so you might want to negotiate this in a resolution. I mean, sometimes. Sometimes that can happen in criminal cases.
He took the plea even though he wasn't guilty.
Well, you don't know what the evidence was. Well, who are the witnesses? What exactly populated this issue? Was it someone that he was related to? Was it someone that was a co-defendant?
It's a real bitch about the legal system, and I'm sure you know this better than anybody. But how From a non-attorney's end, it's sometimes a lot cheaper to settle things than it is to fight it out in the courts. And sometimes, in order to save your ass, you've got to take a plea that admit to doing something you didn't even do.
Well, that's a great point. And what I tell clients, Mike, or listeners, is you can control the narrative.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is, if you can control the outcome of your case, that's always the route to go. So if you can control the negotiation with the state on a plea deal, and not pitch it to a jury or to a judge, which then it's out of your control. Or if you can control a resolution, say with an adjuster in a civil context in my personal injury matters, and not pitch a case to a jury as far as settlement or compensation for injury, you can control the narrative. And that's always the best thing. And a lot of people say, well, you don't like going to court? Of course I love going. I'm going to be in court tomorrow. I don't have I walk out the same door I walk in.
Yeah.
You don't.
Right, exactly. It could go very bad. Can I ask you one more question? This is something that always bothered me.
Sure.
There was an episode of The Sopranos where Tony and Carmela are thinking about getting divorced. Right?
Is that when she tells him at the restaurant, the Italian restaurant?
I don't know. I don't remember where, but as a result, Tony does a legal move. Do you remember this, Calvin?
Yeah.
Where he goes and he talks to all the top divorce attorneys in town.
Yes.
And because he did that, she cannot talk to them anymore.
Be a conflict of interest.
Right.
Yes.
Is that legit?
Yes. Yeah, and that happens. Absolutely.
So all you have to do is schedule a meeting. If I decide Amanda and I are going to get divorced, I just got to hurry up and talk to I got to schedule a meeting with all the divorce attorneys in town?
Yeah. Yeah, you schedule a meeting. It can be a phone conference. You talk about the marriage or your assets or what you want to do, your kids or time sharing, alimony. Just a conversation. It doesn't have to necessarily It can be an email. It can be a text message.
Yeah.
It could be a phone conference. It could be an in-person meeting. But yes, you can go around, and what happens is then you literally can conflict off all of these different. Now you might be paying for these consultations. So, on a lot of these lawyers, we do this in that area of practice. We'll have a consultation fee by design of that area of practice, a little different than other areas of law. But no, that is something that does go on. I haven't actively practiced family law in about 15 years now. I just, Jason Valkenburg does it for us now, as you know. I just don't enjoy it.
No, I don't blame you. I got to tell you, I always joke about, killing my wife would be easier than getting divorced. Truth is, I think it'd be easier for me to just keep everything, just walk away. It's easier for me to go and start over than it would be to have to fight through everything.
Well, some of these are very nasty and contentious, and then they've tried to soften a little bit where they have collaborative divorce, which is a kind of a different area of law where each of them you have your own attorneys, but you negotiate and then you send it in front of the court with a signed stipulated agreement. But if that fails, then both those lawyers can't represent you further.
Yeah.
So those lawyers are now conflicted off, kind of like the episode in Sopranos.
Right.
Now you've got to go hire different lawyers and go the route of the normal divorce.
Oof.
So by design, it's sometimes can get a little wild and crazy, especially if you're talking about someone that has a lot of money or assets, or if there's a prenup or not a prenup or a post-nup. But to answer your question, yes, that can occur, and that can occur in a lot of different contexts as well. But normally you see that mainly in family law.
It's interesting. All right. Well, thank you. If you didn't get through today, you can always call Dom at the office, 813-251-5550, or askthedom.com, where he'll answer your email. And he's got his own show on this radio station tomorrow night. What do we got coming on the show tomorrow?
So with sweeps month is over. May was wild. We had a lot of awesome guests back to back to back to back. So tomorrow we're
you're the only show in sweeps month.
That's right. That's so tomorrow we're just chilling. It's just me, Kelly, Spike. I'll have the whole time to take calls, dive into issues. Listeners can have a little bit more airtime than usual, and then it's one of those kind of relaxed shows. It's kind of carefree. I don't have anybody slated to come in, which a lot. Then it opens. The phone lines seem to be wilder and crazy, in my opinion, when I don't have slated guests in, because a lot of times the listeners want to listen to the interview and hear what people have to say, and then calls will come in ancillarily. But usually when I don't have anybody in studio, then it's really wild on the phones, and we have a great time. So tomorrow, just kind of laid back tomorrow.
Wild West tomorrow. You get to get Spike and Kelly. The elusive Kelly and the annoying Spike will be on the show with Dom tomorrow.
That's right.
Dom, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you helping out our listeners.
Always a pleasure. I miss you guys. I got Carmen in studio. I can see you guys on a little screen. Carmen has a little screen. I can see little Mike Calta right in front of me. There he is.
You don't get to say those words together very often. Right. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You can't bring that up. You can't.
I have to.
No, you cannot.
I have to. You didn't say it for you.
You cannot bring that up on the radio.
I have to. You just said this.
That was a
I won't
private
say why. I won't
conversation.
say why.
Well, I think you should say why.
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense if you say why.
No, it does not. It does not.
All I hear from over here is that's all I would do. If I was a pedophile, I would just bang midgets.
Wait, what?
Let me. You want me to go back? And
We were add the context.
We were talking about people that are little, and if they're really little and stuff. And then I said something because Joe said, "Well, that's Gio's theory about pedophiles with midgets." And stuff. I said, I've seen some midgets that don't even look like midgets. They look like just somebody shrunk them with a ray gun, whatever. And Gio said, if I was a pedophile, I just bang midgets.
Oh my God.
That's like a loophole because it's not. That way you're not hurting kids.
But it's not though. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
I don't think they just want someone who's small. Like I think it's a lot more.
Can I tell you the opposite though? I don't have anything to do with kids. I don't even like young girls.
Right.
But I would want to bang a midget for sure.
Oh yeah.
Just for the story alone.
No, sure. You said bucket list. Sorry, I was talking over you. No, not because I don't want to tell my friends, yeah, bang the midget. You know what I mean? That's the story. I wanna experience what it's like to also. I mean, I'd imagine she's gonna make me feel huge in certain areas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Much like a child would.
Oh, Gio,
See what I mean?
Would you bring it there? Why do you keep going back
I'm
to that?
saying that's a way around it.
No, it's not. I want a hot.
I think you have a problem.
Yeah.
Like I want the girl who passed out at our gig. That midget.
Well,
right.
She's got. Well, I'm not
You're gonna
saying
wait for her to
like,
wake
but like
up.
she looks like a woman. She's got big boobs.
Right.
Like she's a woman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
She's just a shrunken woman.
I'm sorry, you started that by saying she looks like a woman.
No, I'm saying she shows that she's a woman.
Once you put them in the evening gown and put the fake teeth in, they look like a woman too.
Oh Jesus.
It's a loophole.
Oh come on.
And then Gio said, in Twilight, the vampires only ate deer.
It's the same thing.
They did. They were vegetarian.
Right.
Yeah, they did not want to hurt the humans, so they would eat animals instead. Even though it's not as good as a human,
right?
It was the next.
But that's
best thing.
that's the problem. Is same with Interview with the Vampire. They were eating rats. After you eat rats for a while, you're like, all right, I need a human.
Yeah.
Listen, that's like going home and doing that, or eventually you're gonna be like, I gotta do some banging.
Yeah.
You know?
But like if I had those thoughts, that to me that'd be a way to somehow,
you'd bang a midget.
Right.
Yeah. How long do you think you're gonna eat veggie burgers for? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't like this conversation anymore.
If you'd like to be a part of the conversation, 800-771-1025. And thanks to the miracle of technology, we're able to bring this moment back to you. This is Carmen this morning on the show. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to play it first, and we'll explain it. This is a conversation that was happening in the 6 o'clock hour. You like the rope?
Excuse me.
Oh my God!
Wow. Carmen, that is such an offensive burp. You like the rope? I mean, it vibrates my whole head. Listen.
I couldn't stop it.
How does that even happen? It doesn't.
I don't know.
Listen to it. You like the rope?
Excuse me.
My God!
All right.
Wow.
Were you drinking Dr. Pepper?
No, I had made my breakfast, but I haven't had anything fizzy today.
Yeah.
It was just, I think it was because we were talking about food and I was hungry, and then I had to stop. I don't know.
You like the rope?
Excuse me.
God, I love it.
The video, if you see the video, it's even better.
Oh, I'd love to.
She just goes to speak normally, and that comes out.
I have a feeling it'll be a short by the end of the day today.
Yeah.
Carmen.
You're welcome, burger guy.
You little,
you're
little Piggly Wiggly.
Like Galvin said, you're burper guy.
Yep.
Oh, there'll be new songs tomorrow.
I know, exactly. Take the heat off of him.